me, honey. I recall my better half. Honey, I see you somebody want to take your name now.
I just said they call me honey. Talking about.
Honey, I go wound you now.
Yes.
Give an answer to this.
Na Clinton from.
You see the kind.
Is it Clinton or Clinton?
Now you're going to call you honey. Clinton.
Clinton. Spell your own first, because.
C-R.
Okay. Well, welcome, Clinton. What's in the worry you now? What's in the worry you? Allow this man make you talk now.
Clinton.
Brother Clinton.
Cream.
When I came back from America last month, I called you last month.
Okay, Clinton.
I said, no, the way you are doing me is not good.
Yes, sorry.
I went to South Africa now. They took me away.
Yes.
So they deport me.
They deport you?
Which color of pot?
When we did the cattle you come now? You don't know. Oh, Clinton. What will be your problem?
I don't like you, Rubio.
Is our governor? What our governor is good or? But if that's our governor, what the camp for?
Behave like we just come back now with your comment.
Yes. He just he wants to discuss. You know, not because the camp. So why he go to congratulate somebody that is not doing anything in this state? That no project, no federal government. He still congratulate him for winning election. What?
Thank God, I know they respond for it. Abe Clinton.
Pastor.
Talk to Pastor Abe.
See, after I'm going back to South Africa.
Abe, go.
Okay.
They go.
Bye. I'm going there.
Johnny Mess.
Our government makes me invest.
My brother.
Look at my road. Look at East West Road. Look at tank.
I've looked it.
Look at how my bridge is falling.
The bridge is falling. Oh God.
No government activity. And this my distant governor.
I don't face. This man don't provoke me.
Yes.
See, let me follow the camp to APC.
Okay.
Let me know the camp to APC.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, yeah.
I think you don't see what they tell you now. You see the kind of person where they make court to.
I don't see anything. No.
You know they hear the order.
I don't see anything.
You know they hear the order.
I don't see anything.
Because I think you see the person where they tell you they talk.
This time, no, they go quick. What's happening here? Hello, who they delay this time?
No, be waiting. You they do the delay and see something. Hello.
Pastor, good evening.
Evening, no.
If you are there, in short, pass one shot.
Huh?
The dead way they talk. Tell us say short pass one shot, and no short make it too long. Udana.
Hey.
What about you?
Are they fine?
This
problem there.
Pastor, this one I greet you from over there. Pastor, don't come back from government house before I travel.
All of them are recording.
No, I don't go to South Africa. I go no good. I'm not there. Give me free ticket.
Back to Nanyana, you can't come back.
Better pass that side. If you get one connection, better pass that side.
But they get person where you know we don't go there when if I come back.
Person one, no?
Hey, wait, don't go there.
Those ones where they carry come back, I don't know. They're not my brother.
Yeah, okay, now welcome them. Buy cook food for them, make them chop.
My sister food for market. They don't use and train people.
Okay.
If you eat for market, they know the cost person they can't eat.
Okay.
When you don't eat belly food for body, they give you give person.
No problem.
Concerning Mr. Project.
Jace, daddy.
When I daddy is not sure. They see what they did for themselves. Now, people don't talk belly food, and they give person. And when you don't talk belly food, they give person. I bet you hold him and they go watch him there.
Okay.
Let them continue. The project where they want to do for River State, which they not. If they not do roads, let them do mortuary. So that if they kill them for jobs, they will come freeze them here. All of them are working.
Okay, no problem.
Don't tell them like that.
Okay, thankful, eh? Okay, make a pick this other one. Honey, are you with me? Honey?
Don't close.
You cannot, don't try that thing with me again. Honey, which
time don't go
person, you know get person with a robot day.
Birthday, Emeka Dina, congratulations. Emeka Dina, wife don't born. Emeka Dina, congratulations. Then, what do you say? No, they waste time.
You know they pray and fast.
Quiet,
you know they study the word of God.
No, I may born. Who again? No. Continue.
You know if man will tell me where the wife didn't tell about what.
Continue.
Emeka Dina, congratulations.
Congratulations, Emeka.
Yeah. Happy birthday to your new beginning. Which day them born today?
No, I think day before yesterday.
Okay, the birthday don't pass now to you. In this year we will tell happy birthday. Hello,
the man, my brother.
Good evening.
Good evening, no.
My brother, I tell you again, I thank you people here. I see what we need here to make us laugh. Leave scatophobia them. Leave them. Make us to laugh. I beg. Make with the laugh. I don't laugh higher.
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you.
Then, my tell you now. You see how these people, if I talk now, I go say, lavish money. See how they lavish money. If they go be Sulema where people, who they go watch Sulema? Who they go watch him? They never talk of Gary. Never talk of rice. Never talk of here where people go chop the food. Never talk of even road where people they go walk road today, tomorrow, don't become a teach. Which is Sulema? You hear the where I make it talk today? Say how many billions of dollars when you go take buy coach again, when you go connect Kaduna to Jos to Lagos to the hell. That's exactly what they see. So make una leave them, I beg. Make us to laugh, I beg. No, to make you leave that Sulema, I beg. Make you leave Sulema, I beg.
Okay.
It's na Sulema, be na Sulema. Sulema. Okay, go leave the Sulema.
I don't know what they call it.
Na Sulema, you dey correct.
Yeah, correct. Okay.
You're in point.
Sulema. Sema. Okay.
Sema.
Even Dema.
Even Ima. Hello. Hey, good evening.
Good evening, my sister.
Yes, I see you.
I'm fine, Pastor.
Madam Doka?
Yes, from Gokana.
Okay, I must add the Gokana. Madam Doka or Gokana?
How you doing now?
Very fine,
My sister, how is you?
I am a fulfillment. Welcome.
Yeah, enjoy.
Just now, my husband in the show me off now.
Let me just laugh.
I tell you, if you not make you laugh, waiting waking.
I enjoy you. One day I will catch you.
Want to catch me? Only I think you see this in where I tell you now. I want to go. Am I a fish? Only I think you see this in where I tell you.
Pastor, I agree to you, yeah?
I agree to you too.
That's what I try. Everything what I do is good. Fine.
Everything they good. Nothing there wrong, Abby.
Close this work.
Nothing wrong. Thank you.
God bless you. Only
close this work.
Close more. Go bye. Bye. Sign up now.
Close this work.
In short, Marco, what that's the film for the cinema, Abby. When they come back, I go wound you. You want to jump on? I'm going.
As I take care of the work, don't friend. I am Jesus. Amen.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today 95.1 FM.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News.
Good evening, this is the World News in your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I am Buchi Rafua. The headlines. Governor Nyesom Wike explains his reasons for congratulating President Muhammadu Buhari for his victory at Presidential Election Tribunal. The Federal High Court in Rivers State overrules House of Representatives' decision to take over Edo State House of Assembly. And federal government and local government councils in Nigeria disagree over whose duty it is to issue marriage certificate. And on foreign scene, Israel denies spying on United States. Now the details. The Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has been explaining why he congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari for his victory at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Governor Wike noted that it is better to offer public congratulations rather than visit the president at night, which he said some governors under the People's Democratic Party have been doing. The governor was speaking at the funeral service in honor of late Madam Blessing Awuse, mother of Sergeant Chidi Awuse, at the St. Luke's Anglican Church, Emoa local government area of Rivers State. Governor Wike also claimed that Rivers State is the only state that the federal government has refused to pay back the money used to execute federal projects because he does not go to see the president. He further noted that politics is a game of interest, noting that Rivers people in the All Progressives Congress are under obligation to attract federal benefits to the state. Governor Wike also expressed displeasure that Rivers State has key links to President Buhari from the state, yet the East-West Road, the seaport and other federal projects have been completely neglected since 2015, stressing that nothing indicates that the state has prominent APC members working with President Buhari. The governor's position was contained in a statement issued by his special assistant on electronic media, Simeon Nwakaodo. The Rivers State Police Command has extended the deadline for hotels in the state to implement all security guidelines in their hotels for another 2 weeks. This comes as the initial deadline given for the exercise expires today. The Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Dandora, who announced the extension during a meeting with hotel owners in the state, said the additional time is to enable them perfect all the conditions, which includes profiling of all their staff and intended staff, identification and installation of CCTV. The CP, who was represented by the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of administration, stressed the need for regular meetings between the hotel owners and divisional police officers of their various areas for regular security reports. The State Secretary of the Nigerian Hotel Association, Napoleon Koko, who spoke on behalf of the leadership, advised hotel owners to ensure that they put in place what he described as crisis plans.
Another thing we want to also emphasize about is every hotel should have a crisis plan. You should have a crisis. That will also train you in the hotel, because many hotels don't know what a crisis plan is. You must have a crisis plan. It's not only theft, it's not only killing, but also fire can bring down your property. So there must be a crisis plan which the management must implement. All these are plans, waste management plan, this plan. All these are plans that are being implemented so that the hotels are properly standardized.
Our correspondent Uchendu Ejowo reports that the meeting comes after another incident involving a female hotel customer in Port Harcourt identified as Dorcas Francis, who escaped death after being tied by her supposed lover. A federal high court sitting in Port Harcourt has ruled that National Assembly lacks the power to take over the Edo State House of Assembly. Justice James Omotosho, in a judgment on the controversy rocking the Edo State House of Assembly and National Assembly, condemned what he has described as infringing act of the National Assembly to interfere in Edo State House of Assembly matters. Justice Omotosho further ruled that only the court of law has the power to make findings on issues bordering on State House Assembly, after which the National Assembly can take over based on the court decision. Justice Omotosho emphasized that on Constitution empowers No constitution, rather, empowers the National Assembly to order the sealing of the Edo State Assembly for any reason unless it has been empowered by the court of competent jurisdiction. Speaking to newsmen outside the courtroom, counsel to the Edo State Governor Santos Owo-Tori and counsel to the Deputy Speaker of Edo State Assembly Kingsley Idausa described the judgment as beautiful and victory for democracy that would enable all tiers of government know their limits.
Oh, the judgment is sound and fearless, and it's a victory for democracy. Let every arm of government, every department in the Federation know their limits. Submit what is supposed to be submitted for court for determination before you begin to take actions, not for you to sit as judge over the interpretation of the Constitution.
So we are glad about it. It agrees with our position that the National Assembly cannot just wake up to take over the function of the House of Assembly. Like my Lord rightly said, that there must be a crisis in such a way that they cannot function. But here we have seen House of Assembly passing bills, attending to all functions that are required of them by the law, and the National Assembly are saying that they are not performing. There's a proclamation, and my Lord has rightly said that you cannot issue a second proclamation after the first has been issued.
Our correspondent Uchendu Ejo reported that the Council to National Assembly Sandra Osinachi, who held brief for the lead counsel J.J. Usman, said though their preliminary objections were dismissed, the ruling stood as a victory for democracy.
So we're happy with the judgment of the court. It's a judgment for democracy as it supports the provisions of the Constitution. Provision of the Constitution is the ground law in our nation, and when the Constitution is not obeyed, that means we don't have any law again. Though our preliminary objection was dismissed, an objection that against the territory of Port Harcourt jurisdiction, yes, that the Port Harcourt Federal High Court cannot hear the matter originating from the Edo State High Court. But as the judge has rightly said, the matter came up during vacation, and there are 4 vacation courts, which is Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt.
It would interest you to know that the faction of Edo State House of Assembly led by the Deputy Speaker Yekini Idiaye and Henry Okwarobo, who represent Ipoba Oka constituency, had filed a suit against the Edo State governor and 5 others seeking to know if the defendant has the right to interfere in the functions of the State House of Assembly. Security operatives have intervened in what would have been a bloody clash between the people of Umuobo in Iba community and unidentified individuals at the site of Iba Obele Oil Well 6 in Emoa local government area of River State. The people Umuobo, who are host families of Iba Obele Oil Well 6, had stormed the site in continuation of their protest against the Shell Petroleum Development Company over alleged neglect when they were confronted by unknown individuals who tried to disperse them. Representatives of the affected 4 families of Umuobo, Victor Ajilechi Eleonu and Chimangba John, who spoke to our correspondent at the scene of the protest, alleged that the SPDC, instead of complying with the complaints of the families, tried to force them out of the site.
She have refused to come to the round table with us as they promised. Instead of they are pushing to make sure that they are trying to make sure they work, and they are here to make sure that they will not succeed.
We have not heard from them. This morning we got information that they want to work, so we are there. We visited the place to make sure that they will not work, because we have decided that there will be no work until Shell comes to negotiate with us. Well, as a landlord, right from when Shell acquired that place, we have not achieved a pin from Shell. So now they should come so that we harmonize things.
Our correspondents report that every effort to reach out to the spokesman of the company have been proven abortive, but some persons who claim to be the representatives of SPDC assured the protesters of maximum cooperation. The Independent National Electoral Commission says a total of 101 candidates have been nominated for the forthcoming governorship elections in Bayelsa and Kogi State. INEC made the announcement in a statement by its National Commissioner and Chairman of Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye. Okoye noted that 64 political parties conducted primaries in Bayelsa State, while 59 parties held the exercise in Kogi State. The statement noted that out of the 101 candidates, 52 parties for Bayelsa and 49 for Kogi submitted the list of candidates and their personal data at the close of nomination on Monday. He said INEC will publish the personal particulars of the nominees on the notice boards of its offices in Yenagua and Lokoja. He added that the commission would make the names public on Friday in line with the Electoral Act, as well as a timetable and schedule of activities for the governorship elections scheduled to hold on November 16 in the two states. And former Senate Minority Leader Senator Godswill Akpabio has lost his senatorial bid to Senator Christopher Nkpenyong. The National and State House of Assembly Election Tribunal sitting in Uyo upheld the victory of Senator Ekpeyong of People's Democratic Party as the senator representing Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District at the Senate. Senator Akpabio of the All Progressive Congress had challenged the elections on the grounds that Senator Ekpeyong was not duly elected by a majority of lawful votes cast during the elections. Akpabio, who is now the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, also noted that the election that produced Senator Ekpeyong as winner was invalid owing to non-compliance with the provisions of the Electoral Act and the conduct of the election. However, in a majority judgment of 2 justices, the 3-man tribunal dismissed Akpabio's petition for lacking in merits. The presidency has assured that President Muhammadu Buhari will sign the newly passed Electoral Act to display his commitment to electoral reforms in Nigeria. A senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, gave the assurance while appearing on television program monitored from Port Harcourt. Shehu noted that the executive will have to work in consonance with the 9th National Assembly to get the bill signed into law. He dismissed insinuations from some quarters that the president was not committed to reforming the nation's electoral process.
Discussing issues that stand in the way of, including the fact that the Constitution also has a prescription for how long a bill would remain valid, or if the president's assent is not on it. It has to revert to the parliament if within that period. And when was the parliament, when was the 9th Assembly inaugurated? And what business did they do? They came on board and they made the sacrifice of delaying, their recess, and they gave us ministers and they went on their recess. So the president will sign the law, is committed to electoral reforms, and the bombs under the bed have been removed. Once that is surely done, the president will sign. We know what was done in the earlier bill, and it's not just a matter of time.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has urged the PDP and its presidential candidates in the last elections to apologize to Nigerians for willfully distracting the Buhari administration with an election petition. The minister in a statement said instead of appealing the ruling of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, the opposition party should be apologizing to Nigerians for trying to distract the present government. He said while the PDP and its candidate reserve the right to pursue their petition to the highest level, they will be better served by dropping their alleged toga of desperation and realize that there is a limit to mischief. Mohammed said instead of casting aspersion on the judiciary, the PDP and its candidate should be thanking their stars that they are not being persecuted for coming to court with alleged fraudulently obtained evidence. The minister commended the tribunal for not only doing justice to the case, but for explaining in painstaking details that lasted hours how it arrived at its judgment. The federal government has approved the sum of $5.3 billion for the Ibadan to Kano Standard Gauge Rail project. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, who disclosed this during the 3rd Maritime Stakeholders Interactive Forum in Lagos, also revealed that the Minister of Transport for State, Gbemisola Saraki, will personally be in charge of all maritime agencies, while he will be focusing on the railway sector. Amechi, in a statement by his media team, said he completely abandoned the maritime sector to the heads of agencies during his first tenure as the Minister of Transportation, but vowed to keep eye on it this term around, as he has instructed that the Minister of Transportation for State to personally supervise the maritime agencies. The federal government said efforts are on to bring to life a national carrier known as Nigeria Air. The Minister of Aviation, Haidi Sirika, who disclosed this, said the government will also ensure it does not make the same mistakes it made in the past. The minister said the outline business scale has been brought and will soon be implemented, after which investors will be invited for partnership.
Nigerians are traveling public. We've seen this quarter alone how aviation has grown by about 12.1%. The second fastest growing industry in the country as of today, as of yesterday's figures from Minister of Finance. So yes, the carrier is on course. The outline business case has been brought in by the consultants and is being looked at, and then implementation will begin soon. Would advertise and then invite people to come and partner in a PPP to produce this airline, and I believe we'll get it right this time around. Well, controversies will always come. This is normal, this is human, but our ability to deal with those controversies is much more important.
You are listening to the World News in Today 95.1 FM, a voice of the people. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. To stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Welcome back. You're still on to the World News in Today 95.1 FM, a voice of the people. The controversy over the registration of marriages may be far from over, as local government marriage registrars are insisting that the Nigerian constitution empowered local government councils to register all types of marriages in the country. They stated that marriage matters are exclusive local government affairs in Nigeria and other parts of the world, citing the United Kingdom, United States, Canada, and African countries like Ghana, the Gambia, Liberia, and Benin, where they said marriages were registered at the local level. The group made the assertion after a national conference held in Abuja, where they advised worship centers and foreign embassies in the country to disregard the circular from the Ministry of Interior, directing them to recognize only marriage certificates from federal marriage registries. Reading a communique at the end of the conference, attended by local government registrars from across the country, National President, Body of Marriage Registrars, Deji Sokeye, accused the Interior Ministry and some state ministries of taking away the functions of the local government to register marriages. The Comptroller General of the Nigerian Custom, Hamad Ali, has declared that Nigeria borders will remain closed until neighboring countries respect Nigeria's policy on food ban and other contraband importation. The Comptroller General disclosed this during a visit to Maigatari border in Jigawa State, which connects Nigeria and Niger Republic. Ali, while addressing custom personnel and community leaders at the border town, lamented that criminals are coming in through Nigeria's porous borders to perpetrate crimes freely. According to him, Nigeria has enough food and is willing to go to all extent to ensure its borders are no longer porous. And governors of the 19 northern states have met in Kaduna State to discuss issues affecting the region. At the meeting which held at the Kaduna State Government House, the governors were expected to discuss issues of insecurity, economic growth, regional integration, poverty, educational problems, amongst other challenges ravaging the northern region. A chairman of the forum and governor to State, Simon Lalong, alongside governors of Nasarawa and Jigawa State, as well as the deputy governor of Sokoto, Kaduna, Bauchi, and Benue State, were in attendance. And on the foreign scene, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has totally denied a report that his country was spying on the U.S. A Political article cites 3 former senior U.S. officials who say Israel was likely behind surveillance devices found near the White House. But a statement from Netanyahu's office called it a blatant lie. Israel is days away from a general election, with Netanyahu fighting to hold on to his office. The World Trade Organization has said that the anti-dumping duties imposed by Kiev on Russian fertilizer ammonium nitrate violated international trade rules. Dumping means that an exporting country sells a product or service into the importing country at prices below what it charges at home. A WTO's appellate body, in a final ruling, upheld a previous decision by a panel of experts in its dispute settlement body that that Ukraine's justification for the tariffs, which were first imposed in 2008, was faulty. After consultations between the two sides failed to resolve the issue, a WTO panel was created and finally ruled in July 2018 in favor of Russia. The United States has blocked the naming of new members to the appellate panel, part of the WTO's dispute settlement body, which will likely see the system grind to a halt by the end of the year. And in sport, the mother of Super Eagles head coach Gernot Rohr is dead. The Nigerian Football Federation announced this on its Twitter handle. NFF said Rohr's mother, Elizabeth, died at the age of 97. It condoled with the Super Eagles head coach and prayed that the soul of the departed rests in peace. And to end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. Governor Nyesom Wike has been explaining his reasons for congratulating President Muhammadu Buhari for his victory at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. A federal high court in Port Harcourt has overruled the House of Representatives' decision to take over the Edo State House of Assembly. The federal government and local government councils in Nigeria have disagreed over whose duty it is to issue marriage certificates. And on the foreign scene, Israel has denied spying on the United States. And that was the news as edited by Chinedu Iwuna. For comments and inquiries, please call 081-5341-8657 or 081-4434-3502. Or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. I am Buchi Rafua. Thanking you for listening. To stay tuned.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Here I come with my voice, here to win. It's my choice. You can dream if you believe. Give it all you've got. They are fast, I am faster. They are strong, but I'm stronger. I'm the best, so I pick up my chest. My dream, my speed, and my strength. Give me the power to win. We're flying high.
Yes, a very good evening and welcome to yet another thrilling edition of Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can get anywhere on radio. My name is Victor Oriahi, and of course, I will be your anchor on the show today, letting you in on all the most recent happenings emerging from the ever-exciting world of football.
More than any other, beyond the sky, there's no limits. I'm flying
Of course, we begin with the Nigerian Women Premier League. Yes, start talking with women football, starting with women's football today, where Adamawa Queens and Conference Queens confirmed their respective slots in the 2019 Nigerian Women's Premier League Super 4 on the final match day. In Group D, a convincing 4-1 home win over debutant Invisible Angels ensured that Conference Queens of Kogi leapfrog Ibom Angels to emerge top of the group with 9 points and a match to go. Ibom Angels lost top spot to Conference Queens following a 1-0 loss away to Abia Angels. Meanwhile, Lagos, a draw away to Dream Stars Ladies was enough to see Adamawa Queens go through as group leaders in Group B, as second place Edo Queens lost 2-3 away to Heartland Queens. Meanwhile, resounding 4-2 away victory for FC Robo over Oshun Babes, thickening the plot in Group A as the Lagos-based side now sit top of the group with 11 points and a +3 goal difference. Rivers Angels, on the other hand, are now in second with 10 points, a +2 goal difference, and a game in hand at home to Delta Queens.
Give me the power to win.
Okay, now let's move over to the camp of the Nigerian national team, starting with the under-23, where we can let you in that the NFF, yes, earlier today confirmed the return of Salisu Yusuf as assistant Super Eagles coach to the team following a 1-year suspension for his involvement in a bribery incident. Salisu was slammed with the ban by the NFF Ethics Committee last year after he was found guilty of collecting a sum reported to be $1,000. He was also fined $5,000 for the offense. Salisu was caught on camera receiving money to influence his team selection for the 2018 African Nations Championship CHAN in Morocco, where Nigeria finished second. The NFF, in a statement earlier today, stated that Salisu has been reinstated after serving his punishment. He said the Nigeria Football Federation has noted that the chief coach of the Super Eagles, Salisu Yusuf, has now fully served the 1-year suspension clamped on him last year. The federation thanked coach Imama Amakpakabo for his sterling efforts while in charge of the under-23 national team in the absence of the suspended Yusuf, and for eventually seeing to the team's qualification for the under-23 African Cup of Nations. This 57-year-old is now expected to be in charge of the home-based Super Eagles side that will feature at the 2019 Wafu Cup of Nations in Senegal later this month. The team will also face the Hawks of Togo in a 2020 CHAN qualifier next month. Meanwhile, Super Eagles head coach General Rowe has lost his 97-year-old mother, yes, Elizabeth Rowe. According to the Nigerian Football Federation, which broke the news on its verified Twitter handle, Elizabeth just died. The NFF commiserated with the German national over his loss, writing, "We commiserate with at Nigerian Super Eagles head coach General Rowe, who just lost his mother, Madam Elizabeth Rowe. She was 97. May her soul rest in peace." Meanwhile, Nigerian defender Efe Ambrose says he's a sensational return to the Scottish League after promising stints with Celtic and Hibernian. The 30-year-old is on the lookout for a new club after leaving Sky Bet Championship club Derby County at the end of last season. The former Celtic player has already turned down a number of lucrative offers because it wasn't right for him and his family, but he reveals that a return to Scotland is something that would have an appeal. He says, I would never say never about the possibility of coming back to Scottish football. Ambrose told dailyrecord.co.uk. He said, it is a great place to play football, and I feel the Scottish League is growing and getting better. The standing and reputation of the league is growing, and there is a real profile to it with the likes of Neil Lennon and Steven Gerrard now at Celtic and Rangers. I've had some great times in Scotland. My times there with Celtic and Hibs were amongst the best of my career, and if there was interest, then it is something I would definitely consider. Ambrose was part of the Super Eagles side that won the 2013 African Cup of Nations in Egypt. Also insists that his next move is not going to be about the money. He says, I want a club that I want to make sure the move is right for my family and for me at this stage in my career. I have some offers. I had a big money offer from Turkey that would have seen me earn more than I did at Celtic, but it just didn't feel right. The centre half is currently in Nigeria, but has been keeping himself fit by turning out for his local side, Narayi Celtic Kaduna, who was formed after his own spell at Parkhead. Let's go for a short commercial break. When we come, we go back to the thick of the action.
Give me the power to win.
This is for those who want to step up and get rewarded. Buy a 9 mobile data plan and top up with a higher plan within the same validity period to get up to 50% more data to browse and stream. Dial *200 *3 *1# to get started.
9 Mobile. Here for you. Here for Naija.
Yes, welcome back. The show is still Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can get anywhere on radio. Now talking local football right here in the continent or in the country, where Rivers United manager Stanley Eguma left for my Super Eagles defender Azubuike Egweke on the bench as the pride of Rivers humbled 10-man Abia Warriors 1-0 in the opening fixture of the ongoing Governor Okowa Pre-Season Cup at Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, yesterday night. Abia Warriors defensive midfielder Fatai Abdullahi was sent off for dissent as Rivers United made their numerical advantage count. Egweke, who is returning to the domestic scene, was left on the bench throughout the entire duration of the opening game. Meanwhile, Everton's manager, Marco Silva, has urged Alex Iwobi to give the team more goals, saying that is the only way he will stamp his foot right there with Everton. I'm flying And now we move over to the European scene. Yes, starting with Lionel Messi. Yes, as Lionel Messi says he would have loved for Neymar to return to Barcelona, as his arrival would have increased our chances of achieving our objectives. Neymar, who is 27-year-old, joined Paris Saint-Germain from Barcelona in 2017 for a world record fee of 222 million euros. Messi told Spanish newspaper Sport, he says he was desperate to come back. I don't know if the club really tried or not. I would have loved to have Neymar back, said the Barcelona captain. I understand those people who are against his return, and it's understandable for what happened with Ney and the way that he left. But thinking about it on a sporting level, I personally think Neymar is one of the best players in the world, and having him in our squad would increase our chances of achieving our objective. Messi denied the Barcelona players asked the club to sign Neymar, adding, we gave our opinions of whether it will be good if he came or not, but we never said they had to sign him. Despite missing out on playing alongside the Brazilian again, Messi said he was not disappointed, adding Barcelona have a spectacular squad and can achieve everything without him. The Argentine forward joined Barcelona in 2001 and his current contract expires in June 2021. My idea is to stay here for as long as I'm capable of playing at the required level and my body allows it, he added. This is my home. I don't plan on moving to anywhere else as long as we keep competing and we keep winning. Meanwhile, Tottenham midfielder Christian Eriksen is happy at the club, says manager Mauricio Pochettino. The Denmark international, who is 27 years old, was reported as seeking a new challenge in June, but did not get a transfer during the summer transfer window. He has only played one full Premier League game so far this season, but scored in Spurs' 2-2 draw with Arsenal before the international break. Pochettino said he never said he was not happy here. He always was. I said before the Arsenal game that he wasn't the right man. That's why I selected him for that game, and I will continue to select him. He has always been such an important player for us, and he will continue to be. Spurs host Crystal Palace on Saturday with the kickoff at 3 p.m. Meanwhile, Arsenal's midfielder Joe Willock has signed a new long-term contract with the Premier League club. The England under-21 international has been at the club since he was 4 years old. Willock, who made his debut in September 2017 in the League Cup against Doncaster, started Arsenal's first 3 Premier League games this season. The 20-year-old told Arsenal.com, it is only right in my heart and my mind to continue my career here. He added, the manager has put a lot of faith in not just me, but a load of young stars so far this season. Every day in training, he is trying and he is encouraging us.
I've always been destined to win. Yo, my speed and stability, all my ability came from within. As long as I see my...
Meanwhile, Harry Maguire faces his old club, Leicester City, for the first time this weekend, with the Manchester United defender looking up for the Premier League table at his high-flying former employers. When Maguire made his world record £80 million move to Old Trafford this season, it was widely seen as a step up for the 26-year-old, the opportunity to prove himself on a larger scale. A lot of fans already anticipating that one. Harry Maguire making a return to Leicester City. Still talking Premier League football, where Chelsea striker Tammy Abraham is revealing in his form and has set himself a 16-goal target for the Stamford Bridge outfit in the 2019-2020 EPL season. The English player of Nigerian descent had scored 16 goals in 20 league appearances last season and was the joint top scorer in the championship as Aston Villa earned promotion back to the top flight. And now Abraham is providing his 16 goals in the league and 10 in other competitions for Villa was no fluke by breaking his EPL duck with 4 goals in the Blues' first 6 games of the season. In an interview with Daily Mirror, the 20-year-old is keen to repeat his Villa Park exploits at the Bridge this season. He says, I always say to myself, I want to hit close to what I got last season in terms of goal. If I get anywhere near to what I had last season, then it will be termed as a fantastic year for me.
Give me the power to win.
Meanwhile, Luka Modric has added to Zinedine Zidane's injury worries before the Champions League start. Yes, Real Madrid's Luka Modric has been diagnosed with a groin injury, the Spanish club said earlier today, less than a week before the club faces Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League.
Give it all you've got.
The reigning Ballon d'Or winner is a doubt for Saturday's La Liga fixture against Levante and could miss the trip to the French capital on Wednesday. Real's website confirmed the club's medical service had diagnosed a muscle injury in the adductor of the right leg. Modric, who is 34 years old, adds to coach Zinedine Zidane's injury concerns, with summer signing Eden Hazard, midfielder James Rodriguez, as well as attacker Isco among those recently sidelined. Playmaker Hazard and Colombia's Rodriguez returned to training with the squad on Tuesday, which suggests they could be available for Real's opening group stage game at the Parc des Princes.
In my dreams, that's my way. I never surrender, reaching much further, more than.
Before we leave the studio, let's just let you know that Gareth Southgate, yes, the manager of the Three Lions of England, says England players will meet to prepare how to react to racism before their Euro 2020 qualifiers in Bulgaria on the 14th of October. Bulgaria Stadion Vasil will be partially closed for the visits of England and Czech Republic because of the racist behaviors of fans in June. England players were also subjected to racist abuse in Bulgaria in 2011. The English manager said, "It's a concern. We're not confident that we'll go there and nothing will happen." He added, "It's something that we've already planned. We've already planned what our schedule looks like, and we're going to discuss it with the players before we go, because we're aware that there is a history there and we want to make sure that we are all prepared for what might happen and how we respond to it." And of course, it's on that note we call it a wrap on today's edition of Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can get anywhere on radio. My name remains Victor Oriahi, urging you to go out there tonight and of course enjoy for yourself the best of football. Victor Oriahi, remember, one game, football without violence.
Who's the girl on the radio?
What's up, P? Hey City is the classy, sassy, cool radio diva, MJ Sampson, and you're listening to Entertainment Recap.
I control number, yeah. Thank God for the homies, you be the control numbers.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day
without you, my friend. Gonna tell you all about it when I see you again. Of course, we would definitely talk about it. We would definitely tell him about it when we see him on the day. I am talking about Paul Walker. Of course, it is Throwback Thursday, and I had to play the song by Wiz Khalifa, See You Again. And that song was actually dedicated to the Fast and Furious, 5 Fast and Furious, and of course to Paul Walker especially. You know, I watched the video and I literally cried all over again. Who doesn't miss Paul Walker? According to Trace, people got to know about him after his death, and I think that is totally true. Meanwhile, it is Entertainment Recap. Of course, we are about to catch some fun. It is 6:39, and let's see how fast we can take this, and of course, give away a recharge card on the show. My name is Majesty Sampson, the one and only Radio Majesty.
Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you're gonna be with me for the last ride. Let the light
So if today is your birthday, there are spacious celebrities. I call them special because I love them and they happen to be my favorite in the industry. First off is, like I said earlier, Paul Walker. Today is his birthday. May his soul rest in peace. Now, most of you will be wondering, when was Paul Walker born? Let me quickly just put you guys through. He was born today, the 12th of September, 1973. Yes. And Ludacris posted something about Paul Walker. Oh, God. There's this picture of Paul Walker he posted where he was riding the sports car and was opening his mouth, and then he wrote, "Happy birthday, big bro. Your legacy will always be alive and your presence felt everywhere." He used the globe emoji and the hand praying emoji. Like, that really got to me. Lots of people actually said a shout out to Paul Walker as well. Well, also celebrating birthdays today is Jennifer Hudson. Yep, she is a pop singer. She was actually the finalist on the 3rd season of American Idol. Yes, and she featured in Dreamgirls. Dreamgirls, Beautiful Nightmare. If you've seen that movie, it features Beyonce on that movie as well. Also celebrating today is 2 Chainz. Happy birthday to 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was born today, 1977. And Benjamin McKenzie. He is a Hollywood actor. He was born today, 1973. Now, most of you will be wondering, who is he? Let me see. There was this movie he acted, Gotham City. Is it Gotham or Gotham? Gotham. Gotham City. He acted that series. I think I've seen all of this series. Yes, he was actually the detective. That's James Gordon in the movie. Yep. He is the one. Today is his birthday as well. So happy birthday to everybody celebrating their birthdays. And that song was actually for you guys. Now, moving on to something that I need to talk about. I talked about morning, and Trace almost seems to be on Burna Boy's side. And most of you already know what's trending. The video has been all over social media. Burna Boy refunds a fan his money ticket. Anyway, refunding him the money he spent on his ticket to leave the concert or to leave the event where he was performing, just because the boy was not vibing to what he was singing or to his song. Burna Boy got angry, pointed the guy in particular and asked him to leave, threw money at him and asked the bouncers to take the guy out of that place, out of the venue. Let me ask you guys this question. Do you think what Burna Boy did was actually right? Do you think he was fair enough on the guy? I really want to hear your thoughts on this one. So call me up and tell me, listen, Majesty, Burna Boy have every right to send the guy away. The numbers to call is 0817 0000951 or 0810 9510951. And congratulations to my winners yesterday. I promise, and Ozioma, I believe you guys got your airtime already. Yeah, I'm very sure you guys did. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Majesty.
Gabriel, how are you?
Yeah. About Burna Boy's tour, for me, it's totally wrong. Totally wrong. Burna is very wrong. Because I paid him to come and watch you, to entertain me, not you to send me out. Seriously, right. Burna Boy is very wrong for me.
Okay, thank you very much, Gabriel. Keep the calls coming. I really want to know, before I actually give out or play our song, we don't really have time. This is 6:54. MJ, what are you going to do? Let me play our song for Celebrity Guess Who. So when you call to answer Burna Boy, you answer or play our game alongside, right? That will be fair, right? Right? Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello.
How are you, Promise?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're welcome. So do you think what Burna Boy did was right?
Totally right, totally.
Why would you say that?
I can be performing and they are film boy, like you are not buying this thing. No, you have to go now.
Seriously, so if you were Burna Boy, you would do the same.
Make me angry if I'm the person.
Oh, really?
Be more furious than that Burna Boy. Because I cannot be performing and you'll be looking like me as if I'm doing something wrong.
Okay, thank you for your thoughts, Promise. But listen, let me explain deeply. For me, I'm going to take side on this one right now. I think no matter what the case may be, Burna Boy was wrong. Yes. I'm saying it. I'm taking side right now. But this is 1-1 for Burna Boy and Fan. Well, I would say that you don't know at that point what the guy was going through. I was talking to my colleague earlier on, Pastor Talking Drum, and I think we're on the same page. You don't know what the guy was going through at that moment. He might just had maybe a call or something might just happen and the guy was all down. That doesn't mean that he doesn't like you, or like I said before, I might be a fan of this person, I might not be your own fan, and the fact that you're on stage, as long as I don't like you, I have every right not to vibe to your song. I paid to come and watch you, so I decide if I'm going to, you know, be all out on you or not. And we lost that one. Let me quickly play our song for today, but please keep the calls coming in. Do you think Burna Boy did a great job of him refunding the fan his money and throwing him out? Not just refund, he asked the God, take him away from here. Come out his boyfriend. Yeah, I don't want to see him. Hello, good evening.
Her Royal Majesty.
Okay. Good evening.
The Queen of all the airways.
I'm blushing.
You know, I missed you.
Oh, thank you.
Like, seriously. Anytime I hear your voice on radio, it's as if they are pouring me cold water.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's not talk about Burna Boy. Enough about me.
I don't want to talk about Burna Boy.
Oh, really?
Who is Burna Boy? I don't know him.
Oh, no, I'm angry. I had to cut you right there. I didn't even get your name. Anyways, here is our song for today. Let's have a listen.
Angelina, the way that you backing that up, you could turn a prophet to an unbeliever. First when we met, I was thinking you were Disney made like Cinderella. See what you put me through, situation be just like Adelima. Stole my heart like a criminal. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so who did the song? It is actually, let me not say it, right? Let me not say it. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, probably.
You were very fast. Okay, who did the song?
The one of the moment, the one.
Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah, Angelina.
That's not correct. That was actually, I decided to allow the part where Burna Boy sang, you know, to come up, but that was a cover. Should I play the song again, guys? Should I play it again? Listen to the voice carefully. I've given you guys hints. It is a cover of Burna Boy's song On The Low. Who did it? Hello?
Justice.
Hi, Justice. How are you?
I'm fine.
And why am I hearing myself?
Just give me a number. I don't know the song.
I'm sorry, I don't have numbers for today.
Okay.
So sorry. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Yeah, evening.
What's your name? I'm fine, thank you.
Links, yeah.
Your name is what?
Links.
Blinks.
Links, yeah.
Okay, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So
okay,
who did the song?
I didn't call for the song.
Okay, Burna Boy.
I called in respect of what Burna Boy did.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now there are two sides to it. Morally, it's wrong, but for the balls, it's good. You know, celebrities, they do everything to be on the trend. You understand? For him, for the business, it's good, but morally, it's wrong because, like you said, the guy might be going through some shit or might not be his fan. But for him as a celebrity, he needs to trend. He needs to be on cover
on the news.
So he needs to be on the news. So it's the business. The business is the business. Just start to do what you have to do to be trending.
All right.
So sorry for the dude anyway. Shit happens.
He just used the S word on there. Anyways, that's for Links. Thank you very much. But then, what do you buy what Link said? I think to an extent, Links, we might not be on the same page. But what do you guys think? Burna Boy was totally right. Was he wrong? Let me know. 0810-951-0951. Meanwhile, here is our song for today once again.
Angelina, the way that you backing that up, you could turn a prophet to an unbeliever. First when we met, I was thinking you were Disney made like Cinderella. See what you put me through, situation be just like Adelima. stole my heart like a criminal. Oh, yeah. The girlie be my ecstasy. Got to cook but to ship at the valley of Hennessy. Can't you see? Then now I'm addicted and then your body got me.
Okay, so I've played the song very well enough. So who did it? Hello, good evening.
Majesty.
Hi, Gabriel.
This voice is confusing though. It sounds like Dave and the Kubams.
Kubams doing this kind of song? Really, David? Gabriel.
What's with me there? But I'm going for this guy, Dave.
Really?
Yeah.
That's still not correct. I am so sorry. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Kelvin Hart has been discharged from the hospital after 10 days of his accident. Listen, guys, if you saw the car, the pictures that they uploaded about Kevin's accidents, like, I was scared. You know, people were at the comment section, they were saying, hope he can walk. Like, we want to see him perform on stage. But then we are happy that he is back home after 10 days. And hopefully he would definitely get back to his feet. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hi, Promise.
Let me try.
Okay, go ahead.
Stoneboy.
Oops. Very close. Very, very close, but not correct. Hello, good evening. And we lost that one. We have 4 more minutes to go. Who will be going home with my recharge card? Well, let me give us a little hint. There is Boy to his name. And he has actually done cover for Teniola. Any more hints? No, Majesty. That one is okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
International boy.
What's your name, Gabriel?
On the low. Majesty.
Yes. I don't know if you're correct, but just keep listening. I don't know. Hello, good evening.
Is it Joe Boy?
Are you asking me or you're telling me?
Joe Boy.
Really? Promise? Anyways, just keep listening to the end of the show. Maybe you might be my winner, maybe not. Espo, the person has Boy to his name. Should I give out to a recharge card? Let me see. I might. Hello, good evening. Oops. And we lost that one again. On the other hand, Big Brother drama, Kapi finally talks about her being celibate for, she's been celibate for 8 years. And I think Fraud went on to ask her if she has had sex, and she said no. So, who were using the condom in Big Brother's house? Also, I would love to get your thoughts on that one as well. Hello, good evening.
It's Justice.
Hi, Justice.
Yes, it's Joe Boy.
Really? Joe Boy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. But then...
I know it's not Fireboy's voice. Since you have the boy in his name, so it's Joe Boy.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Therefore, Bonner Boy is very rude.
Oh, really?
Too rude. Even though I want to trend, is it for you to trend for the wrong reason?
Oh, okay.
So I don't like it at all.
All right. But are you a fan of Bonner Boy? Are you a fan of Bonner Boy?
I just like, he's a potential boy, so I will always support him, but I don't like few of his songs.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ono.
Oh no, Jesus. Oh no, go ahead.
Yes, I'm talking about Bonner Boy. What he did very, very wrong.
Okay. What would he have done?
Even if he had just take his eye out from the boy and look elsewhere and do what he thinks, you don't have to take the boy out.
Okay. Thank you very much. No, thank you on that one. Do you think Bonner Boy was right? Does he have the right to actually throw the boy out? Like, I spent my money, and I think he gave him like $200 or so to leave. That's about 70,000 naira to leave the show. If I don't know how to garnish this whole thing, what he did. I love Bonner Boy. I'm a fan of Bonner Boy, but I am not supporting what he did. He went as far as asking the bouncer to take the guy out. That was the part that got to me. I don't know the part that got to you guys, those of you supporting Bonner Boy. But then, do you think what he did was right? And you have to back it up for me. And also, who did this song I played? The person has Boy in his name. The person has done cover for Teniola's song as well. It was quite popular, and I used it on the show. Who will be my final and last caller for tonight? I need 2 winners. Same questions, 0817-0000-951 or 0810-9510-951. Last caller on the show. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name?
It's Grace.
Hi, Grace. Long time.
Yeah, I miss you.
I miss you too, dearie. All right, go ahead. Who did the song?
I don't know who did the song, but I just want to comment on what Burna Boy did.
All right, go ahead.
It wasn't right.
Okay.
He was too rude on what he did. I didn't like it.
What would he have done? What would he have done?
Just overlook the boy, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you very much, Grace. I can hear somebody saying this in like. Anyway, guys, we need to wrap things up. One more lucky winner. I am trying so hard to give out 2 recharge cards on the show, but yes, by God's grace, I have 1 winner. Keep the calls coming. Last call, and I'm done at 0817-0000-951. Please be my last winner for tonight. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. What's your name?
Good evening, beautiful.
What's your name?
My name is Kelvin.
Kelvin. All right, go ahead.
What Burna Boy did wasn't right.
Okay.
Even if he has to throw the guy out, he shouldn't do it that way. Just do it firstly, like call about that, tell that guy to go for where he was.
All right.
Then for the song, I think it's Your Boy.
Really?
Yes.
Right, Kelvin. Thank you very much. Just keep listening to the show. Hello, good evening.
Hello, what is it?
What is your problem this night?
Can I ask you, let's see about air? Have somebody guessed this boy, international boy?
Sure, you are listening to the show, Uncle.
No, I'm not listening. I don't ask now.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going with international boy.
Is that his full name?
Yeah?
Is that his full name?
Yeah, the stage name now.
Something is not missing out.
International boy.
Is that all?
What else you don't come on? International.
This is how people will miss their blessing. Free ticket to heaven, you're missing it. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Thanks again. International boy. Song. International boy.
What's the title of the song?
Hello, Angelis. Oh, hello.
I can hear you.
I said it's international boy that did the song.
One, I didn't get the title of the song, and the name is not really correct. Anyways, on that note, I would really have to wrap things up. Please. Hello, good evening.
It's Justice.
Hi, Justice.
Yes, international boy featuring Burna Boy, Angelina.
Really? Thank you very much, guys. I need to go. I need to wrap things up because Butch will be coming up with area talk. But then, congratulations to Gabriel. You are my winner for tonight. Yes, it is International Boy, but it is International Boy Silver. He has silver to his name on the low, and he did a cover for Tenny. He did for Burna Boy. He did for he did one song with Dr. Baz. He did a cover for, I think, Peter. Yeah, it's Peter who has read Paul. Yeah. So, guys, Gabriel is my winner for tonight. Congratulations to you, Gabriel. You got it correctly, and the first person to get it as well. Meanwhile, if you want to know who is talking to you, you know how you do it now. Just go straight into my social media handles, all at Majesty Samson, and I might be having giveaways to give out on my Insta story. And oh my goodness, one gorgeous queen just walked in, and she's so pretty. Bucci, I mean, guys, good night.
This be reality, but the way you just do we come to be like in a fantasy. This love no be counterfeit, and I want you to understand it while we're making love on the low. And I'm
one below. On the low. Private trips we can tell nobody, yeah. On the low. Once you know, say me not gonna kiss and turn. On the low. Angelina, you the cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver. I no go fall in your hand never. So now me you could live forever. I'm a cocky no feeble letter. I'm a Angelina. I'm a Angelina.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the alarm is the one who made the public know about
it. Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your premium talk radio station.
We are your premium talk radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial. You deserve more from us.
From Great Talk.
Is it a celebrated feat that people should be dying? Don't we have government? I think that should be the focus and not who is behind it.
And then Chief Loveday.
What else do I say? Killing is killing.
For the attack. News and entertaining programs. News update on Today 95.1 FM. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
TOFFE.
This man knows that this space.
Now you do this guy thing.
Hi, I go do this kind of thing now.
You never be this man. You never know the best way.
Honey, now your brother.
Stay glued to this dial. Today 95.1 FM, and we will do the rest.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
Welcome to the best part of my day. It is Area Talk here on Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. A very beautiful evening to you. I am Buchira Fwa, and of course it's time for you to take over. It's time for you to tell us what's happening. You bring the news, you bring the stories. It is time for you to report issues bothering you in your community. Let's talk about it. Let's hear from it, and let all the good Samaritans, both those in government and well-meaning individuals, get to swing into action and do something for us. A very good evening to you. Like I said earlier, it's great to be here. Of course, it's Area Talk. If it's your first time of joining us, Area Talk is an eyewitness report show that you call in and give your eyewitness report on what's happening in your area, in your community. You share your challenges, you share your joy, you share your pain, you share your happiness, you share basically everything with us here on the program. And even if it's not in your community, it's something that has to do with the South, you can call in to talk about it. And as much as we can, we relay your messages to the relevant authorities, and we believe to get replies from them, or maybe they just swing into action and go ahead to solve whatever the challenge is. I am Buchira Fwa. You are my co-host. You have to call in. Yes, you have to call in and share your eyewitness report with us. The numbers to call in are 0817-0000951 or 0810951091. A text message portal is up, and you can send a text message or a WhatsApp message. And please, if you have pictures of how it really would be appreciated that you send your pictures in via the WhatsApp portal, so we also see what you're talking about. The number for the text message and WhatsApp message is 0701-933-9962. And for those messages who weren't able to take us out yesterday, I will be taking them today. So if you have any other thing to add, or you have another eyewitness report, or you have something to add up and you sent something yesterday, please send them in today. I'll be taking each and every one of them today. Let's hear from you what's happening. But before that, the River State Police Command has extended the deadline for hotels in the state to implement all security guidelines in their hotels for another 2 weeks. Now, you recall that there's been a recent report on people being killed in hotels, dead bodies being found in hotels, and the very recent one is this report correspondent was able to gather that one lady identified as Dorcas Francis, she just barely escaped death after being tied by her supposed lover in a hotel. So the CP was represented by the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of administration, and he stressed the need for regular meetings between the hotel owners and the divisional police officers of their various areas for regular security reports, which is very vital. He announced that the extension during a meeting, he was represented by the Special Assistant Commissioner of Police. He announced that the additional time is to enable them perfect all the conditions, which includes profiling of all their staff and intended staff for proper identification and installation of CCTV. I just recalled what someone said. He said, even if you install CCTV in every part of the hotel, why not install it inside the rooms so you see what exactly is going on? That made me laugh. That's not proper at all. Why would you want to install CCTV inside the room? At least there's a door entrance. You can install it there. But that's just by the way, though. So the time has been shifted. It's been extended for another 2 weeks. So all these things can be put in place to ensure safety and security, and maybe get more information of who is coming into your hotel, who the workers are, how you can identify them, how you can track them, and so on, which I believe is very vital. And for those hotels that haven't been able to put all these requirements in place, please, it's good for you, it's good for your customers. And I even feel that every customer, before you even step into a hotel, you should actually ask if they have CCTVs and if they are functional, because if they are not, I don't know, you just might not be so safe. So I think I would urge, for those who patronize hotels, I would urge and advise that even before using the hotel, please ask and find out if they have functioning CCTV, just for security reasons. You cannot be over secure. There's nothing like being over security conscious or anything. Security is very, very vital. Like I said, the numbers are up. It's 0817-0000951 or 0810-9510951. I heard earlier that there's traffic at Mile 1. Please, I'll need someone around there to call in to confirm that to us. Traffic at Mile 1 and somewhere in Ada George. Please, I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, if you're in traffic now, you can call in and tell us where exactly the traffic is, so others listening or planning to take that route will look for somewhere else to take. And yeah, there was a clash in Iba community. It's an eyewitness report. You can call in. I'll share the reports we were able to gather, but I love for those that are in that particular community to call in. I think the other day someone called in from Iba. I asked about the protests and he said he had no idea. So please, if you were there, if you experienced, if you witnessed rather what happened, please call in and let's hear from you. I'll still give you what we're able to gather though, but the phone lines are up. Let me hear from you. It's your program, it's your show. You call in, you share your news, you share your eyewitness reports, and tell us what's going on. It's 0817-0000951 or 0810-9510951. Text messages, WhatsApp messages to the number 0701-933-9962. Beautiful evening to you. Welcome to Area Talk. Evening. Welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Sam. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Chima, right?
Yes.
All right,
yes,
Chima. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Buchi, my eyewitness report remains within my community, Rumodogo 1 or Tego.
Okay.
Let me thank Today FM for the opportunity given to us to be able to air out our minds and also report the issues, the marginalization that is being faced by various communities in River State. And my community particularly has to be one of the communities that is facing serious marginalization, serious injustice by the River State government. And we are pleading that Rumodogo does not have access roads. Rumodogo does not have school. Rumodogo does not have light. Up to today, our pleas have fell into deaf ears. And we will continue to say it irrespective of how we have been tagged that we belong to one particular political party, but we must be able to say it. Rumodogo lacks the basic amenities. Now that school have resumed, our children cannot go to school. Now what will they do? They will go to nearby community. Now for them to access the road that will lead them to the nearby community is a problem. That is what Rumodogo is faced with now. The situation now is precarious. Now that the rain is coming down every day, the situation is getting worse by the day. So we are begging the River State government, please give issues. Emeka Woke, the chief of staff, you made us a promise in 2014 during the electoral campaign when many people did come to the PDP. You promised Rumodogo about road. How come you have forgotten that promise? And we are reminding you, please help us and come to Rumodogo. The social marginalization we are facing with is so much. So please let the government of River State help the people of Rumodogo and other Emoha as a whole. Now, Buchi, the government just marked 100 days in office. I'm telling you, there is no project in Emoha local government totally. And I am so ashamed of the political bigwigs that came from this Emoha. That no project is yet to show by this administration.
Well, don't you think services we should also look at services as well? And how about the security challenge that used to be?
Yes, for the security challenge, that is being tackled. You understand?
So isn't that shouldn't you commend them for at least that one?
But the most important thing, Buchi, I know security is important.
Yeah.
But Buchi, there is no project in our local government. I'm talking to you, no project. And we are calling particularly my community. Now, many more local government communities, as you take from Choba down to Ahoda, have totally disconnected. And in just few, our chairman village only is not having light in Emoha. How come that our chairman is keeping quiet? How many years now he made a promise to reconnect back Emoha communities that do not have light? How come, Buchi? So we are calling on the chairman. Please do the needful. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Shima, for calling in. He's calling on the local government chairman and the state government as well to please do something for the people of Rumodogo. They feel they've been marginalized, according to Chima. They feel like some persons feel they are for a particular political party, but he's saying they need government's attention. Their road, their school, electricity, they are lagging behind in so many things. At least the school and the road, for a start, they need the attention of government. 95.1 FM, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Good evening, Ibuchi.
Good evening to you. It's just Buchi, not Ibuchi.
Okay, Buchi.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes. My name is Bernard Elemoha.
Bernard, welcome to Area Talk.
Yes, I'm called from Itu community in Emoha local government area.
All right, Bernard. Go ahead, please.
Buchi, if this will be allowed for me to make this suggestion. You see, many communities are complaining.
Yes.
On one thing or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Serious complaint every blessed day. So I should suggest that if a local government area, each local government should pick each individual from each community, each person from each community to make a report from what is happening in their community and take it to the chairman, local government chairman, so that he will take it down to the state government. So why I'm saying this, I have been calling concerning my community, Itu community in Emoha local government. You see, the local government chairman needs to come to my place and see how the community they are suffering.
What local government are you from?
I am coming from Itu community in Emoha local government.
Okay.
Yes. You see, we don't have school. The school that was built, the primary school, in those days have been there now. Everywhere, there is leakage everywhere in that building. Grasses and bush have surrendered the place. Now, the modern school that was built by the former administration, the last government, the contractor refused to complete the school. It's uncompleted. You need to come to that place and see how my community look like. So I am begging the River State government, the governor, to please, as he is doing it to others, let him remember the two community. Please, just as Rumodogo are crying, that's how we too are crying. We are all in Emoha local government. I am begging the local government chairman to please listen to the cry of these communities. Please, we are in need. We don't have roads. We don't have light. All our poles are fell down. Okay, now, there is a company that is close to us, which have taken most of our land. They are this Sept company. I don't know what they are doing. They are there, they are doing nothing. No employment to my people. No employment in the local government. I don't know. River State government, the local government chairman should remember Itu community. That is why I am crying for my people.
Okay.
Please. Bernard is my name, Elemoha.
Bernard, thank you very much for calling in. First of all, your suggestion, we really appreciate your suggestion and the rest of it. But I'd love to ask, can't you should have access to your council chairman? Yeah? You should. At any point in time, as long as they're in office, you should be able to see your council chairman and lay whatever complaint it is you have. And I believe MOA particularly, we've had MOA chairman here, and I believe, well, he might not be aware of every complaint everybody has. And I believe he tunes in and he listens. And we also try to pass this, your messages to them whenever we can and when they are available or they're ready to hear from us and the rest of it. But the point is, I believe they get your reports via area talk but the other part of you trying to form a committee of people that would always report. I think you should work that out with your community members and those in your community in that particular local government. And maybe when you listen to area talk and you find out that, oh, these are the challenges. It's not just road. Our own issue is road, and this person's have issues of electricity, or this person's have issues with school, and you all come together and say, okay, these are the challenges. Let's go and table it. They might be aware, but it's always good that you always keep reporting and going to them and putting it in their head so they know how important these things are to you. Because if you keep quiet and you call today, you complain, you call tomorrow, you complain, and then you say, oh God, I'm tired. They'll feel like, well, maybe something has been done about it, or they are managing, let them manage. They might not be feeling that way though, I'm just saying. But it's always good to always continue talking about these things until it's been done. And if you feel getting like some set of persons to always jot down these things and these challenges people go through from different community, and then at the end of the day, you take all those complaints to the local government chairman, very, very good. You could do that within yourself. It is wonderful. I also, myself, and my organization, we also try to pass your information to them. So it's a good suggestion. Maybe you should talk to your people about it. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome to Area Talk.
Yeah, this is James calling from Ishopu.
Welcome.
I will see you. Welcome back. I heard you went to South Africa.
Hey, Jesus. Okay, oh. Thank God I got back safely.
Yes. Yeah, I've been complaining we don't have light for 3 good years. Finally they have restored electricity in Ishopu. So there is light now.
Ishopu?
Yes. The NDDC, I told you, they are putting new transformers for us. So finally they have gotten the light.
When was that?
Since the time you went to relief. That very day you went to on 21st of last month. That's when we got to the light.
Wow, that's good to know.
Yes,
Why am I feeling like it's when I left, they now brought the light? I hope the light stays. This one, I'm back. Just kidding.
But there's no light now.
Okay. At least there's light now. It's just that is it stable?
Yes. It's stable.
How stable?
It's stable. Since this month, they've not taken it.
Oh, wow. That's good.
So, let me let you know. And welcome back to South Africa.
Oh, go. All right. So, I don't know who went to South Africa, Sha. But thank you very much. 95.1 FM. Good evening. I lost that one there. So the Rivers State governor was speaking at the funeral service in honor of late Madam Blessing Awuse. That's the mother of Sergeant Chidi Awuse at the St. Luke's Anglican Church in Emoa local government area of the state. He claimed that Rivers State is the only state that the federal government has refused pay back the money used to execute federal projects because he does not go to see the president. And that's his claim for why the federal government has refused to pay back the money that probably the state has used to execute some federal project. So he also further noted that politics is a game of interest, noting that Rivers people in the All Progressive Congress are under obligation to attract federal benefits to the state. So the governor also expressed displeasure that Rivers State has key links to President Buhari. From the states, they have key link to the president. Okay, I'm sure you're thinking what the key link is. But yet, the East-West Road, the seaport, and other federal projects have been completely neglected since 2015, stressing that nothing indicates that the state has prominent APC members working with President Buhari. The governor's position was contained in a statement issued by his special assistant on electronic media, Simeon Wakaudo. What do you think about what the governor said? He said River State, there's nothing to show that they are prominent APC members, those who have key link to President Buhari. There's nothing to show for it. And even the projects executed, the federal government has not been able to pay back the state. I recall the other time when we went to the Commissioner for Works here in Rivers State to talk about the issue of East-West Road, and he also made mention of it being a federal road. And well, if you try to work on it, when do you get paid back? And then some persons will say, well, if the federal government is not paying them back, let them leave the road. While some will say, well, you're fixing the road for your people. It's still your state that will benefit from it. But then if you come to think of it, don't you think the funds and the money they are going to put into projects, federal projects that are federal road projects that are in a state, don't you think the funds they are going to put there that maybe, because they're claiming now that money has, the federal government have refused to pay back money, that maybe that fund they would be investing in project like that. They could use it to invest in other things that will be beneficial to the state and that might even yield more income for the state instead of just tying it down to that particular project. But on the other hand, if you are going to wait for the federal government, and so far, I believe places like Ombolu Road, Obibo, they've been waiting for how many years now and nobody's doing anything about it. And it's inconveniencing people in the state. What do you think will be the way out? Should the state government just go ahead and fund this project, whether the federal government pay back as soon as possible or don't even pay back at all? What do you think? And well, what do you think about his claim that there's some, as much as the state has key links to President yet so many things, so many federal projects have nothing to write home about. They're nothing to write home about. Example, the East-West Road, the seaports, and so many other federal projects in the state. 95.1 FM. Good evening. I lost that one. It's 0817-0000951 or 0810-951-0951. Text messages, WhatsApp messages to the number 0701-933-9962. Good evening.
Good evening, Sister.
Welcome. Lucky.
It's Lucky calling from Mumbai.
Lucky, it's good to hear from you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Mr. Please, I want to use this opportunity to call Honorable Solomon Hugo, who is representing the Korea constituency, to look into Omerelu Akane Link Road. There's a part of that road that has potholes, big one, and it has been a trap, a death trap to motorists applying in that road. I want to use this opportunity to call on him to tell him to do the needful as soon as possible.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Lucky. I believe they heard you, and I hope they do something about it. But like I said, the number still remains 0817-0000951 or 0810-951-0951. What do you think of the claims made by the River State government? And what do you feel? If you were in that position, would you rather we just go ahead and help the people of the states rather than wait for federal government? And if they pay you, good. If they don't pay you, at least you're doing your people the service. Or would you rather just abandon this project that really affects the lives of individuals in your state, affects so many things, affects business, affects so many other things? Would you just rather let go of it because, well, if the federal government doesn't work on it, then let it be there? What do you think? 5.1 FM. Good evening. Good evening. Good to hear from you. Go ahead, please. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Memo.
All right.
I really want to beg this voice, the eyewitness, about this Okbo, the people that shot policemen about before me today. Shot about 4 policemen. Let them remember that those people are people's father and they are people's husband. Nabalama. They shot them dead. So I am not happy to, I use that road and those police people don't have problem with it. Those people don't even care what they do. They will only check the motor. They will not embarrass you, nothing. They do accuse those innocent policemen. I'm not happy. Let Nigeria police do something about it. Let them do something about it. I'm not happy, honestly. I have to say this. I was shedding tears for over how many days now because of those policemen. Because each time I pass there, they never hurt us. When I mean us, both my colleagues.
Oh dear. Really, sincerely, condolences to the families affected. Well, they were just discharging their duty like every other person will. It's unfortunate that they had to lose their life in that way and manner. And according to this caller, they've been wonderful in the discharge of their duty, professionally and morally, I guess. Well, I don't know if you said that, but it's really sad. It's really, really sad that people are just... It's really sad. 95.1 FM. Oh, sorry, I lost your call. Please do all to call back and let's hear from you. Let's get your eyewitness report and know what's happening in your community. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yes. My name is Todd from Port Harcourt.
Good to hear from you. Go ahead, please.
The thing what the governor said, I wanted to ask you some questions. Did he mention the project he did with River State money that federal government refused to pay him back?
Okay.
then if he has those money to do those federal projects, and I don't know where those projects are located, if he has that money, why not him use the money to repair the bad location spots, or the Korean spots, and other bad spots that we have in the state? There's this new road by Location Junction to Abba George. NDDC wanted to repair that road, and he told them not to do that. He will do it, and that road is there with water every day. And if governor has all this money, why not him use the money to repair the state roads and leave the federal road?
Okay.
So next time when you people have access to him, you tell him to stop using the money for federal project. Let him use it for state project and leave the federal. One day the federal government will come and do their own project. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. I'll be taking the text messages real soon. So do also send yours if you've not been able to reach us via the phone lines. And the number to the text message portal is 07019339962. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Joseph calling from Umoko.
Joseph, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I just want to briefly say that the statement of the governor is very apt.
Okay.
Because, if we have stalwarts in the APC who are in the state, on a normal ground, you expect that they will bring federal project to the state. A very good number of times when you listen to radio, you hear that they are doing road, especially, let me just use the Ministry of Transport, for example. Minister of Transport is from the state.
Okay.
You hear that they are doing train road from Lagos to Ibadan. And recently, they just approved $5.something billion that they will use for train station that will move from Ibadan to Kano. Why are they not bringing those things to River State or even to Niger Delta State? We've not had any train project that is being done in River State or even in the Niger Delta. You only hear them in the north, in the southwest, and in the north. So, but we have APC people in the state. We say we have had. Why do we have APC people in River State? Understand? So the is really right on track. So we all those, for us to feel the impact of the federal government, they should bring federal projects into the state so that will also be part. Will feel the effect of the government in place.
Okay.
And please, before I will go, I just want to ask you. I used to follow you on Sundays, but I don't know the particular time you come. Your program begin when you bring up issues, the religious issues, or for people.
Oh, moment of truth. A moment of truth. It's 11 to 12.
By 11.
Yes, please.
11. All right, I will join you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for calling in. 95.1 FM. Good evening. Hello. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Uguchukudike calling back again.
All right, Ugo.
Yes, I said that I'm very what happened in Abalaba. I'm not really happy about what happened. Then Jesus policemen for nothing, and which I don't like. Let the people who measure them bring the people that bring them to go. And the those policemen, they normally free us, and they don't disturb us in the road. But Buchi?
Yeah.
I'm not happy. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not happy. Another thing again is about Emowa.
Okay.
Yes, we have lights now in Emowa. After how many years? Because of Sergeant Abute's area, we now have lights. And I am praying that maybe because last time Emeka Woke was doing a vocation, he brought lights. After he left, they took the light. But I pray maybe this one, after the burial, I made the light still there for us.
Okay.
So I will try to pray for. For now, we use the light too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. A really sad one. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. How are you doing?
It's Clinton. I'm calling for women.
All right. Go ahead, please.
This our governor statement. Is it that is there any government project or any government road that he did that the government refused to refund him? the question I want to ask: is there any government? Is there any federal project that he did that refused to before him back? Let him go ahead and do it first. If they didn't inform him, he can take action for it. Look at the express to how people are suffering. Look at the bridge that they want to go down. So let him go ahead and do it. If he did it, at least people know that they have done it, and he will demand it for federal. So let him go ahead. And my community will be from. There is no government activity in my community. We don't have a school. We don't have anything. We don't have any project of government. So let our governor to help us. This is the matter he did in this. So let him find something and go to this rural area. At least make our boss have something doing and create a job. Thank you so much. Thank you for me.
All right. Thank you very much. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Where have you been?
I've been around.
So for some time you have been off air.
Yes.
This is Sala West.
Yes, Sala West. Welcome.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
I want to look at that camera the police ordered for them to fix in the hotel.
Okay.
It's when you on the camera that the phone shots. It's not only ordering them to put the camera. They put because if you watch some people that goes to patronize these hotels, somewhat they don't want the identity to be seen.
Okay.
For example, married men that took their girlfriend to hotels, they don't want people to notice them there. By the time I start installing camera, it looks like kind of exposure. So not only police ordering them to put camera there, it is to make sure it functions. Because they will just put it and they will not on it. Because this police is not the one that is going to monitor this compliance. The state government have to put a kind of a task force or agency that will be monitoring them.
They already have a body that I believe should be responsible of going around to make sure that all their members are compliant.
Work. They go there and they collect bribe there. Police, Nigerian police.
I don't know, because I've met policemen that are actually very professional when discharging their duty.
How many percent? We are talking about monetary security, so that all hotels in the River State or Port Harcourt especially and the environs will comply, because this SSK is getting too much, honestly. So when you leave it for police to handle, I don't see anything coming, any good thing coming out of it. So state government should look into this particular issue and set up a kind of an agency or a task force that can be going around. Occasionally you bust into the hotel and make sure the camera works, because they will just put it and they will not on it. So that's why I see it, Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Saluas, for calling in. And we'll quickly take a look at some messages from the text message portal. And just in case you're not able to reach us, get us via the phone lines, you could just send an SMS or a WhatsApp message to the number 0701-933-9962. Good evening.
Hello, Vicky.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. I also join them to welcome you back from your off or leave.
Thank you.
Yes, B.O.B.
I didn't get that, sorry.
I think B.O.B. now.
Oh, B.O.B.
Yeah, long time.
Long time. B.O.B., you need to move away from your listening device. I can hear myself.
Okay. Are you okay now?
Better.
Okay. So, your voice sounds very, very good. Like good thing happen where you go. So, your voice sounds more just so many sound more good.
Okay, oh, thank you.
Don't go just come back. Okay. All right, back to the issue. I want to suggest 3 days or 7 days fasting and prayer for the Motoko. But because in his word that there was a king that a woman ran to when there was famine and said, "Help me, O king, that the woman who said I should cook my son to eat with her. After eating her own, she put to surrender her own Uju said something to her that if God will not help you, can I help you? I pray that if there's someone or the suckling, elderly men and women, that people fasting and prayer to God, God will remember them.
So you think that's the solution to what Rumodogo is doing? They need fasting and prayer?
All things are possible. Because me, I said, when I passed that Israel's road and I saw that road muddy, I said, oh, I just imagine if I'm from that place. I know why they're crying like that. But let God touch whoever is in authority to hear that cry. That's why I started fasting and prayer for them. So that God can, because God said in the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 7, I cover my name. Okay, now, on the issue of hotel also, I hear that women want to carry out a protest because of the way the serial killing of girl children, female, this thing. But I want to say that the protest shouldn't really be to...
Where'd you hear that from?
On the news, that women want to carry out a protest.
Okay.
In a very short while. The protest is good, but they themselves also being women. She will carry out the protest against themselves, against mothers who refuse to train their girl child very well. You send your children to school to go and learn. You bought Nokia phone for your daughter, and she came back with a phone of 150,000. You ask her why she get the money. And then, because the new hotel is being built, I'm surprised. I don't know whether you heard about Tokoto before in the way. I don't know how old you are, but there was a time in this 80s to go to hotel where people lost their life until the hotel was evicted and the hotel was closed down. There are so many security to go to hotel now in our state that not even police can solve the problem. You know, it takes training for self-restraint. You go to study so that you don't make money through men. Like people, boys and girls should be trained how to be self-employed, how to be creative, so that you cannot make people.
So you think it's not just an issue of being security?
You cannot do this school. What are you doing?
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling in. Now, to those messages we weren't able to take us out yesterday. This one is from Israel, and Israel says, or he said rather, yesterday. He said he's from Rumo Dumaya. Said, I went to Amide Secondary School, Bore Camp to admit, to admit my daughter, and they asked me to pay 17,000 naira. I need to find out if government is collecting the said amounts because the governor of the state has declared free. But this principal are trying to be smart. Let's help government stop this corruption. This other one is coming from... Okay, this person says, Buchi, 4 years and 100 days of this administration, no bursary for River State University students. This is not encouraging at all. And low score in human capital development. Thanks. Uche is my name. Uche, thanks for sending that in yesterday. And this one says, Buchi, as I went to get my son admitted into SS1, the principal of the school, County High School, Auda, asked me to pay 6,500 naira for the purchase of transfer certificate for my son. The government should please redefine what free education is. I think that's a very good one. Maybe they should state it clearly. That's coming from America in Auda. America, thank you very much. And this person says, please help me call on Choba Police Division on the rate of armed robbery in Rumekini every day and night. It's too much at School Road, Fish Farm area, Redmond, White House area, Diplomat Road, and Akas area. Chris Rumekini. Okay, Chris from Rumekini, I guess. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Buki.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you. Go ahead, please.
My area, my local government,
okay.
Okay. I still don't know why the state government have not drawn their attention to my community up to now. You see, the River State government have abandoned rural communities, not initiated a single project for my own community. Whereas other communities have benefited several projects, abandoning my own community.
You're talking about roommate, right?
Roommate.
Okay, roommate. Okay.
Yes. Despite what they are collecting, the tax the company, multinational paying to them, they don't want to at least give back to the community, to leave that to the suffering of the people in that community. There is not even a single life that the state government have provided for us. Our primary school is in a dilapidated form. We have called on them several times. We have written to them. All to no avail. Up to this time, school have resumed. The people are still sitting on the floor. I don't know the reason why. How are we going to handle this issue, Buki? Then that's what they are collecting. They are even collecting from our community. Our environment is everywhere. We don't even know where to start from. What are we going to do, Buki? How are we going to table this matter? We have written to the local government chairman. He has not responded. We have written to the state government. No response. We have he made a promise for us. Up till now, he has not done anything. Please, I'm using this opportunity to call on the state government to at least they should come to our aid. If at least they should build us a health center so that our people can at least have a good health care. Not for us to from as far as we make it, go to Ahoda to seek for health care. It's very bad. This is bad. This is injustice to the people. Despite what they are collecting, the entire M1, there is no a good health center for us. Why are they treating us this way? Is it because nobody is speaking out for us? They should please come to our aid. The River State government, you have to come to our aid because we are collecting what belongs to our community. You have to return back to the people. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for calling in. And this person says, concerning CCTV in hotels, it's a welcome idea. And most importantly, the staff of the hotels should be properly screened before employment. It's like there is a serial killer on the loose. I had a bad experience with a hotel staff in Lagos who wanted to break into my room at midnight to steal money or rape me. Thank God I'm alive. Neche, thank you very much. That's a really sad experience there. But thank God you're alive, like you said. And thank you very much for sharing with us. This person says, Buchi, good evening. In 2014-2015 campaign, Governor Wike promised to complete the Trans-Calabari Road. Up to date, nothing is done about it. First, as this government came in, they closed down Buguma Fish Farm that employ more than 30 youths in the local government area. Asaritoru, Governor Wike, our only source of the only source of good medical care, Buguma General Hospital, in 2017 was destroyed. Up to date, snakes and bushes has taken over. Is this not wickedness? That's coming from Mr. West. He's asking if abandoning Buguma and other things there, if it's not wickedness. Inform Mr. Governor that as part of his celebration of his 100 days in office, let him remember the pensioners for once. Pay gratuity. That's coming from Elder. And this person says, Buchi, if away, I don't understand though. Pastor Gode, it's not true. You know what you're sensing? It is true. And this one, my area report is Governor Wike cleverly doesn't want to pay teachers 2016 February and March salary till now 2019, but making unfulfilled promises to Rivers people. Although an appreciation goes to Governor Wike for appointing an Abua woman as the chairperson of Senior Secondary School Board. That's coming from Philip. This person says, my name is Imaman Abam from Umocham, Mbaiche in River State. My area report is in line with the statement of the River State governor in respect of federal government. I, Imaman, disagree with him in one way or the other. What about bailouts found by the federal government and power teachers across the nation, irrespective of any political affiliation? Away from that, the OK General Hospital has been abandoned by the contractor more than 4 years till now. Guess you're still counting. 95.1 FM. Sorry, I missed your call. Good evening. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening to you. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm calling from Potato.
What's the name, please?
My opinion, I want to suggest on.
Let's start with your name.
Attention of the River State.
Can we start with your name, please?
Hello?
Yeah, can I get your name, please?
Okay, my name is Solo.
Okay, Solo. Go ahead, please.
All right. About my community secondary school, we need a development. So I'm calling on the River State government through the CDC of the Obogoro community so that they can reason together, the children in the class. Like my own children, they refuse to attend to school. They in the classroom, they attendance in the classroom, 200 in each classroom. You can see the suffocation. So when children like that begin to suffocate on a classroom, almost 200 in one classroom.
In one class?
In one classroom.
What school is that?
TSS, Uboguru community. So at least, even if the school is not under the River State government, if the CDC, community CDC, can reason to consider the attention of those children, they suffocate so much. So that hence they create some facility, more facility for the classroom. It will help the government, it will help as a government school. People will not be relying on the private. And also, most of our teachers also should develop in that very school. They are not doing well. So the children will go, most of them are like doing business instead of lecturing the children. So this is not good. When we are talking of corruption, we need to plant it, start it within ourselves, within our hobbies. So those children, it's not good for children to be suffocating in a classroom like that. The numbers of children in each classroom above 100, even they are not even supposed to approach 100.
Yeah.
They are not supposed to approach 100.
How big is the classroom?
The classroom is a normal sheet as other schools, other class. So even if it's like a hall, it doesn't mean that in a classroom like this, the numbers of children will approach.
For you now, how many students do you think should occupy that kind of a classroom?
Like in our own days, we are about. We are in one classroom at least 30.
Oh, 30. I'm just trying to get a better picture of what the classroom is like and why you're making that complaint.
Yes. Even in other schools, in River State, our governor, honorable governor, yesterday, is trying in the educational sector. So, in the area of that educational sector, more especially as the government school is concerned, so that people will not be paying attention to private too much. So that is why people go to private, and let's look at the government rises against the private schools. It's because the private schools, they do well. Most of these private schools, they are the way they attend to children, the way they teach the lecture children, it's more better.
You think?
It's more better. And so that is why you see some private schools, if you look at it, the government are against them or are jealous. Have a more jealous in them. Let our government schools, they plan. All right. Very well. So that for the future of children. In the other days, when we attended the government, most of us, like himself, governor, I believe he attended the government school. So how will it come that the government school will not pay attention to?
Okay.
So
all right.
This stress me so much. It stress me because even an advice.
Okay, I need to let you go now because I believe we got your point.
Look into educational sector.
Okay, thank you very much. Look into the educational sector in general, and he's complaining about the number of students in one very small classroom that he feels back in the days that particular size should carry like 30 students, but over 200 students are in one class. And I said CSS Obogoro, and well, that's really unfortunate for those children. I wonder if they even have decks that carries that number of students in one class. But like he said, the government should pay attention to the educational sector, the structure, the curriculum, the teachers, the workers, and everything about education for the children. Meanwhile, I told you about the security operatives that intervened in what would have been a bloody clash between the people of Umobo in Iba community and some unidentified individuals at the site of Iba Obele Oil Well 6 in Emoa local government area of Rivers State. And so, according to the reports, the people of Umobo, who are host families of Iba Obele's Oil Well 6, stormed the site in continuation of their protest against the Shell Petroleum Development Company over alleged neglect when they were confronted by unknown individuals who tried to disperse them. So representatives of the affected 4 families of Umobo, one Victor Ajilechi and Chimangba John, spoke to our correspondents at the scene of the protest. They alleged that the SPDC, instead of complying with the complaints of the families, they tried to force them out of the site. So let's get back to the phone lines. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
How
very well, thank you.
All right. I'm Simple by name.
Okay. Where are you calling me from, please?
I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
All right, go ahead.
According to my area report that I usually give from one community, in Ghana local government.
Yeah.
You never see have light, no water. You see what people are drinking there as water. You like to pity people. You understand? No healthcare center. No market, no government presence there.
Okay.
I want to ask you one question tonight.
Okay.
A community like that, how do you think such a community like that can exist or can sustain themselves?
Okay.
Without having those things like that, how do you see such a community? Is it existing in Rivers State?
Okay.
You getting me?
I'm listening.
You see, the community like that still existing in Rivers State, that no light from years to years, we are not seeing light, no water, no nothing. Only darkness that we are still seeing in a Rivers State like this.
Oh dear, I think we lost you there, sadly. But you could do also. We don't have much time, I doubt. Let's quickly take some messages from the text message portal. This person says, "Uchi, good evening. So sad that Osiakbu Community Secondary School is in the worst school. Is the worst school in Onelga and River State as a whole. It is so sad that education is so neglected in this state. Yet we spend billions fighting crime. I'm calling on Honorable Christian Ahaikwo, our House of Representative member, to join in this cry of Osiakbu people." That's coming from Comrade EU Ernest from Osiakbu. Comrade, it's good to hear from you today, though. This person says, "Good evening, Buchi. Good evening to you too. My dilapidated school, CSS Ikodi, which I happen to be a pioneer student, need facelift from River State. The school was built and then furnished by the community. We should please come and rescue our school." From Matthew Onisonumbo. And this person says, my area report is the refusal of Governor Wike to pay 2016 teachers February and March salary till now. That's coming from John in PH. And this one says, Buchi Umwebule Road needs urgent attention. Our roads are worse than Rumodogo. He said their roads are worse than Rumodogo. Please, Governor, come to our aid. Dr. I.K. Umwebulu. And finally, this one says, my report is that Governor Wike not appointing commissioners in a state like River State is a bad omen in our state. Oh, really? Say River State has entered... Okay, he had a whole lot to say there. But we have to wrap up the program now. Fortunately, it's Thursday, so we can go and rest and do other things and enjoy our weekends. And we'll be back here on Monday. Gather your area reports, gather as many eyewitness reports as you are able to gather. And please share with us on Monday on Area Talk. Same time, same station, same me and same you. Thank you very much for doing it with me. News updates comes up next. I am Buchira Fwa. Good evening.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News update.
Good evening. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Buchi Rafua. The Senate Committee on Finance says it will invite the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, and the Chairman of Federal Inland Revenue Service, Babatunde Fowler, to provide reasons for the proposed increase in value-added tax. The Chairman of the committee, Senator Solomon Adeola, who disclosed this in a statement issued by his media advisor, Kayode Odunaro, said the invitation was hinged on the proposed plan to increase VAT from 5% to 7.2%. The Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, had, after the Federal Executive Council meeting on Wednesday, spoken on the proposed plan to increase VAT, which has been generating mixed reactions amongst the public on its possible effect on the living standards of citizens and the economy. Adeola said although the Minister of Finance indicated that the VAT Act will have to be amended for the increase to take effect, the interaction with the two key officials of federal government would form a part of the basis for possible amendment of the VAT Act. The governors of northern states have agreed to dump the controversial rural grazing area RUGA policy for National Livestock Transformation Plan as best way to tackle the age-long herders-farmers clashes in the region. The northern governors during their emergency meeting in Kaduna also resolved to continue to adopt a sustainable and holistic approach towards tackling the security challenges in the region. Chairman of the Northern States Governors Forum, Governor Simon Lalong, had told newsmen at the opening of the meeting that the forum had set up a committee under the chairmanship of Governor Aminu Masari of Katsina State to inter alia develop a comprehensive regional plan of action that could bring lasting solutions to the lingering crisis. Governor Lalong said the forum was well informed about the National Livestock Transformation Plan and its disparities with the RUGA plan on agriculture, which he said would provide a mechanism for peaceful dialogue and reconciliation on the affected communities towards a harmonious, mutually beneficial future. The River State Governor Nyesom Wike has been explaining why he congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari for his victory at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Governor Wike noted that it is better to offer public congratulations rather than visit the president at night, which he said some governors under the People's Democratic Party have been doing. The governor was speaking at the funeral service in honor of late Madam Blessing Awuse, mother of Sergeant Chidi Awuse at the St. Luke's Anglican Church, Emohua, local government area of the state. Governor Wike also claimed that Rivers State is the only state that the federal government has refused to pay back the money used to execute federal projects because he does not go to see the president. He further noted that politics is a game of interest, noting that Rivers people in the All Progressive Congress are under obligation to attract federal benefits to the state. Governor Wike also expressed displeasure that Rivers State has key links to President Buhari from the state, yet the East-West Road, the seaport and other federal projects have been completely neglected since 2015, stressing that nothing indicates that the state has prominent APC members working with President Buhari. The governor's position was contained in a statement issued by his special assistant on electronic media, Simeon Nwakodo. The River State Police Command has extended the deadline for hotels in the state to implement all security guidelines in their hotels for another 2 weeks. As comes as the initial deadline given for the exercise expires today, the Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Ndora, who announced the extension during a meeting with hotel owners in the state, said the additional time is to enable them perfect all the conditions, which includes profiling of all their staff and intendant staff for proper identification and installation of CCTV. The CP, who was represented by the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of administration, stressed the need for regular meetings between the hotel owners and divisional police officers of their various areas for regular security reports. The State Secretary of the Nigeria Hotel Association, Napoleon Koko, who spoke on behalf of the leadership, advised hotel owners to ensure that they put in place what he described as crisis plans.
Another thing we want to also emphasize about is every hotel should have a crisis plan. You should have a crisis. That will also train you in the hotel, because many hotels don't know what a crisis plan is. You must have a crisis plan. It's not only theft, it's not only killing, but also fire can bring down your property. So there must be a crisis plan which the management must implement. All these are plans, waste management plan, this plan. All these are plans that are being implemented so that the hotels are properly standardized.
Our correspondent Uchendu Ejo report that the meeting comes after another incident involving a female hotel customer in Port Harcourt identified as Dorcas Francis, who escaped death after being tied by her supposed lover. And on the foreign scene, Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta has announced an immediate ban on adoption of children by foreign nationals. President Kenyatta spoke during a special cabinet meeting where he directed the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection to formulate a new policy document to regulate the adoption of children by foreign nationals in the country. He also directed the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection to streamline operations of the Child Welfare Society of Kenya and those in children homes in the country, and equally revoked all licenses to conduct inter-country adoptions in Kenya with immediate effect. The East African nation current laws do not define child sale, child procuring, child trade, and child laundering as part of trafficking, which had in effect put Kenyan children at high risk. And that's all we have for you on the news update here in Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. I am Buchi Rafua. Stay tuned.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
You deserve more from us. From Great Talk.
Is it a celebrated feat that people should be dying? Don't we have government? I think that should be the focus and not who is behind it.
And then Chief Loveday.
What else do I say? What else do I say? Killing is killing.
For the attack.
News and entertainment programs.
News update on Today 95.1 FM. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
TOFFE.
This man knows that this space.
Now you do this guy thing.
Hi, I go do this kind of thing now.
You never be this man. You never know the best way.
Honey, now your brother.
Stay glued to this dial. Today 95.1 FM, and we will do the rest.
Excellent.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today. 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
And
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the alarm is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your Premium Talk Radio station.
We are your premium talk radio station. Today 95.1 FM. The station with a unique dial.
You deserve more from us. From Great Talk.
is it a celebrated feat that people should be dying? Don't we have government? I think that should be the focus and not who is behind it.
And then Chief Loveday.
What else do I say? Killing is killing.
For the attack.
News and entertainment programs.
News update on Today 95.1 FM. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
TOFFE.
This man knows that we space on.
Now you do this guy thing.
Hi, I go do this kind of thing now.
You never be this man. You never know the best way.
Honey, now your brother.
Stay glued to this dial. Today 95.1 FM, and we will do the rest.
Excellent.
Are you in search of a place to do all your audio recordings? From jingle, documentaries, church messages, and lots more.
Are you in search of a platform to give your business maximum exposure? Look no further. Come advertise with Today FM. With our unbeatable reach, we'll give your business the boost it so dearly needs. Visit us now at number 1 Today FM Drive off East West Road, Rumekini, Port Harcourt. Whatever the business is, we'll give it a voice.
Hold on, Kata. No, don't say else. Just bring 5,000 now.
Only. Make the Kata day. Make the code remain.
Yeah, they worry.
You were not aware you're a thief. Now that you know that your money is coming from a thief, do you not see why you're a thief?
All right, still talking about affairs of the federal government. We understand also that the federal government...
Welcome to today's edition of Beats and Pieces in your Premium Talk and News.
And it's going to be 1-1 Mazata. 1-0 is never good enough.
That's why we're called the voice of the people. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Here we go.
This is Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt's Voice of the People, and it is time again for a rundown of the foreign news stories that made the headlines on the world today. In our pocket tonight, 10 dead at President Nyusi's rally ahead of elections in Mozambique. Dozens killed after train derails in DR Congo. Robert Mugabe's families reject government's funeral plans. Plus, Johnson denies lying to Queen over parliament suspension. Macron ally Ferrand investigated over financial misconduct. I am Buchi Rafua. At least 10 people have been killed during a stampede at a campaign rally of President Felipe Nyusi in Mozambique. According to an eyewitness, the stadium in the northern city of Nampula, where the rally was held, was overcrowded, and a crush occurred as people rushed for the exit. The incident claimed the lives of at least 6 women and 4 men. According to the party, Nyusi is hoping for a second term in office at general elections scheduled for October 15. His Frelimo party has dominated power for more than 4 decades, and he is expected to win. His government and ex-rebel group turned opposition party Renamo completed a long-awaited peace pact last month, 27 years after the end of the First Civil War. And in Congo, at least 50 people were killed when a train derailed in southeastern Democratic Republic of Congo, a minister has said. The accident happened around 3 a.m. local time in the town of Mayibaridi in Tanganyika province. Steve Mbikayi, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, said. A death toll was provisional. Mbikayi said, adding that several people have been injured in the accident. Speaking for the government, I present my condolences to the families affected, he said on Twitter. Zimbabwe's former president, Robert Mugabe, will be buried early next week in his village and not at a national monument for liberation heroes, his family said on Thursday. A family of Mugabe who died in Singapore last week and Zimbabwe's government have been at odds over whether he would be buried in his homestead in Kutama, northwest of Harare, or at the National Heroes Arca in the capital. Mugabe's nephew, Leo Mugabe, said the former president's body will lie in state at Kutama on Sunday night, followed by a private burial on Monday or Tuesday. Leo also said there will be no national hero acre as that's the decision of the family. Mugabe, whose autocratic rule ended in a military coup in 2017, died last week aged 95. His body was flown back from Singapore on Wednesday. Now, away from Africa to the rest of the world, the U.S. Supreme Court has allowed the government to severely limit the ability of migrants to claim asylum. The policy bars people arriving at the U.S. southern border from seeking protection if they fail to do so in a country they pass through en route. Legal challenges continue, but the ruling means for now it can be enforced nationwide. The plan will affect tens of thousands of Central American migrants who travel north, often on foot, through Mexico. A Trump administration unveiled the new asylum policy in July, but it was almost immediately blocked from taking effect by a lower court ruling by a judge in San Francisco. Curbing migration levels has been a key goal of Donald Trump's presidency and forms a major part of his bid for re-election in 2020. He hailed the Supreme Court's decision as a major victory. And now in France, a close ally of French President Emmanuel Macron is being investigated over allegations of financial misconduct linked to property deals. Richard Ferrand, the president of the French National Assembly, is alleged to have benefited improperly from business agreements made 7 years ago. Ferrand has denied any wrongdoing. The case could bring President Macron's promise to clean up politics into question, although many investigations are dropped before going to court. Boris Johnson has denied lying to the Queen over the advice he gave her over the 5-week suspension of Parliament. The Prime Minister was speaking after Scotland's highest civil court ruled that the shutdown was unlawful. Asked whether he had lied to the monarch about his reasons for the suspension, he replied, "Absolutely not." Boris added, "The High Court in England plainly agrees with us, but the Supreme Court will have to decide. The power to suspend or prorogue Parliament lies with the Queen, who conventionally acts on the advice of the Prime Minister." Labour has said it is more important than ever that Parliament is recalled after the government published its no-deal Brexit assessment. And still in the UK, a case arguing that a British withdrawal from the European Union without an exit agreement would contravene Northern Ireland's 1998 peace accord has been dismissed on all grounds by Belfast High Court. Judges ruled that the matter was essentially a political argument rather than a legal one. The case is one of a series across the United Kingdom challenging Prime Minister Boris Johnson's Brexit strategy. Johnson has said Britain must leave the EU on October 31, whether or not it secures a deal on an orderly exit. Economists and other experts say leaving the EU without a divorce deal would be disastrous for the UK economy, and the government's own contingency planning suggests a possible shortage of certain foodstuff and fuel, with the poorest in society being hit hardest. Again, the headlines. 10 dead at President Nyusi's rally ahead of elections in Mozambique. And dozens killed after train derails in DR Congo. Robert Mugabe families reject government's funeral plans. Johnson denies lying to Queen over parliament suspension. Plus, McCurn ally Ferrand investigated over financial misconduct. And that concludes tonight's edition of The World Today. It's produced by Precious Walco of the News Department. I am Bochira Fwa. Till same time tomorrow, just stay tuned and have a wonderful evening.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Every day on Today 95.1 FM, there's always an opportunity to comment and air your views on our various programs. It's not just about us, it's about you, your opinion, and your voice.
President, don't you think that it's time to step down, sir?
Be part of the story, the gist, reactions, intrigues, and the news.
President Neil Patrick Harris has called for greater regulation.
Give us a feedback or join the conversation on Twitter at TodayFM951. Our Facebook address is Today95.1 FM, or join us on the number 0701 933 9962. That's our WhatsApp application. Be informed, be educated, and have fun. We are Today 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the name is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your Premium Talk Radio station.
We are your Premium Talk Radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial.
It's that time on radio. Let's take you into the life and times of men and women who inspire, role models who have shaped the world.
Mansa Musa. Now, when we think of the wealthiest people in the world, we most often think of the Waltons of Walmart fame, Warren Buffett, or Bill Gates. However, if you go a bit further back in history, you'll discover that the wealth of kings, queens, and rulers of yesteryear trumps the bank accounts of most modern-day millionaires and even billionaires by a mile. In fact, during his time, one man controlled more wealth than Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and the most wealthy member of the Walton family, Sam Walton, combined. That man was Mansa Musa I. With an adjusted net worth of approximately $400 billion. Musa is without a doubt the richest man to have ever lived. So who was he? And why haven't you heard more about him? Mansa Musa I, born 1280, was the 10th Mansa, which translates as Sultan or King or Emperor of the wealthy West African Mali Empire. At the time of Musa's rise to the throne, the Malian Empire consisted of territories formerly belonging to the Ghana Empire in the present-day southern Mauritania and in Mele, Mali, and the immediate surrounding areas. Musa held many titles, including Emir of Mele, Lord of the Mines of Wangara, Conqueror of Ghanata, and at least a dozen others. It is said that Mansa Musa had conquered 24 cities, each with surrounding districts containing villages and estates during his reign. Mansa Musa came to be a king in a rather roundabout way. His grandfather, Abu Bakr was the brother of Sundaita Keita, the man who founded the Malian Empire. Neither Abu Bakr or his son Fagalei ever took the throne, and Mansa Musa was appointed deputy ruler if the king ever went on an extended trip or pilgrimage to Mecca. He was appointed deputy under Abu Bakr II, who had visions of exploring the far reaches of the Atlantic Ocean. Now let me take you to how all of this started. Abu Bakr I set out with 200 boats out into the sea, ordering they do not return from their voyage until they had reached the far side of the Atlantic, or until they ran out of food and water, whichever came first. Quite a long time later, one boat returned with tales of a great whirlpool that had drowned everyone. Abu Bakr II didn't believe the captain's story, so he took 2,000 boats and, appointing himself head of the expedition, set off to find the truth. As the king's deputy, Mansa Musa became ruler in his absence. Abu Bakr II never returned, and Mansa Musa eventually inherited the throne. Much of Musa's wealth came from the production of madrasas and universities, many of which are still standing today. The University of Sankore was built during his time and is still in existence. The quality of life in urban centers such as Timbuktu was vastly superior to other parts of the world at the time, largely due to the availability of work and Musa's control of the gold and salt trades. Mansa Musa is mostly remembered for his extravagant Hajj or pilgrimage to Mecca with, according to Arab historian Al-Umari, 100 camel loads of gold, each weighing 300 pounds, 500 slaves carrying 4-pound gold staff, thousands of his subjects, as well as his senior wife with her 500 attendants. With his lavish spending and generosity in Cairo and Mecca, he ran out of money and had to borrow at usurious rates of interest for the return trip. Al-Umari also states that Mansa Musa and his retinue gave out so much gold that they depressed its value in Egypt and caused its value to fall. When traveling throughout his kingdom on the way to Mecca in 1324, his procession, including 60,000 people along the way, 12,000 of his followers carried 4-pound gold bars, which he gave away to the poor everywhere he went. Now, this caused him to control the price of gold for all of the Mediterranean. He also controlled more than half of the world's salt supply. Between his gold and his salt, traders from as far as Europe made annual trips to his kingdom from Venice, Granada, and Genoa, and this gave him the power to set prices as high as he wanted. The Hajj planted Mali in men's minds, and its riches fired up the imagination as El Dorado did later. In 1339, Mali appeared on a map of the world. In 1367, another map of the world showed a road leading from North Africa through the Atlas Mountains into the Western Sudan. In 1375, a third map of the world showed a richly attired monarch holding a large gold nugget in the area south of the Sahara. Also, trade between Egypt and Mali flourished. In 1330, Morsi invaded Timbuktu, which Musa had annexed in 1325. He quickly recaptured the city, fortifying its boundary with a fort and a standing army. As a major seat for trade in the region, control of Timbuktu meant control of the flow of money. During his reign, Mali grew to have more than 400 bustling cities. Muslim scholars from abroad flocked to the University of Sankore to study, and Musa controlled everything from his massive palace in Timbuktu, which was constructed by architects imported from Andalusia in Spain. He also created one large system of government for most of the Western Sudan. Under his rule, the region was said to exist in complete and general safety. Records of how Musa died vary greatly, so it's unclear whether he died soon after returning from his pilgrimage to Mecca or whether he continued to live for another 10 years. His son, Mansa Magan, became ruler in 1332, and his older brother, Mansa Suleiman, became ruler in 1336. Mansa Musa's period of rule is recorded as 25 years, but whether his reign ended in 1332 because of his death or his resignation, this remains unclear. What is clear is that for over 2 decades, one man almost single-handedly controlled a massively wealthy empire with multiple major trading ports. Mansa Musa is said to have died in 1332, but then he had brought stability and good government to Mali, spreading its fame abroad and making it truly remarkable both for its existence and for its wealth, and a striking example of the capacity of the Negro for political organization. Today, there aren't any billionaires who could command 12,000 people to carry 4-pound bricks of gold on an incredibly long walk, or even billionaires who could affect the price of gold for simply being in charge. Mansa Musa was not only the wealthiest man ever to live, but arguably the most powerful. This may be a good part of the reason his story is skimmed over in most textbooks. That aside, Mansa Musa is a clear and perhaps rare example of a very wealthy individual who held at least an equal amount of power to go along with it.
Personality profile. Now you know.
You're not the girl I used to know. You're a shadow of yourself. I think I lost you long ago. Like a book that's left the shelf, I hear the footsteps down the hall, and I know someday that will be you, leaving me for good. I've been sitting here for 2 straight hours watching you asleep, wishing I could talk to you. There is no denying we both have emotions running deep. Oh, if I could talk to you. 'Cause I'm scared, 'cause when I try to take your hand, you are not there. Even though I see the signs, you think I'm just scared. Give me one reason why I should hide my fears when it's killing me inside. You're not the girl I used to know. You're a shadow of yourself.
saying Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are both strong players, but this previous season, Mohamed Salah and Mane won the UEFA Champions League. Since George Weah ruled the world in 1995, the award has eluded African players since then. We can agree that Africa has the best football talent in the world, but we have just failed to transform and grow this talent. He's actually affirmative, and I quite agree with Samuel Eto'o Fields. That is all from my end, Godwin and Agana. It is over to you again.
Thank you so much, Solomon Edivre. Yesterday, we brought you the first part of our interview with the first Vice President of the Nigerian Football Federation, Barrister Shea Akumi. Today, we bring you the concluding part. Finally, women football in Nigeria. The NFF was the plan of the Nigerian Football Federation for women football in Nigeria. Vis-a-vis, Nigeria will be hosting the Under-20 Women's World Cup next year. What is the plan?
Well, actually, the truth is this, the women football has always had to be a long-term plan. People, I hear a lot of people, castigating the NFF, oh, the women football and this women football and that, they're not doing enough. It always had to be a long-term plan. There are many, many things that weigh against the rapid development of women football. It's cultural, religious, all sorts of things. But there's a desire and there's the ability. So that Nigerian Football Federation and the Nigerian Women Football League in particular are working hand in hand to develop the football. Hopefully, one of the reasons why they are hoping that they'll get all of this into Nigeria in 2020 is because it will also inspire a new generation of female footballers. It will inspire a new generation of parents who will allow their kids, girl children, to come out and play football. So we just need to take it pace by pace and move forward. Where Nigeria is, despite what we're saying, in terms of the general development of women football today, is a far cry from where we were 10 years ago.
The last time you said that the Nigerian Football Federation wasn't just about winning underage competitions, and there was a story of Ibrahim Sunusi. You have acted almost immediately the NFF by sending him to the under-23. Now, the pressure from Nigerians who want us to win all the time. How are you going to cope with that? If you say it's not about winning, it's about bequeathing a legacy. It's about having a future for Nigerian football. I'm talking about the under-17. Nigerians want to win all the time.
Yes, I think that, the issue of what we saw yesterday from the Super Eagles and the under-23s will tell you a story. And we begin to get into the mind of Nigerians that ultimately the Super Eagles need to grow with young players. We had the attack yesterday of players who had played in the under-17. We had the focal point yesterday of the under-23, the playmaker, somebody who had played in the under-17, the captain of the under-17. There are many ways to succeed. The most sustainable way is to ensure that you do things properly. And under-17 is a developmental stage football program. If we win, it's very fine. We must go there and try and win all the time. But it's better if it's sustainable. If we win and then you don't see the kids playing football in the next 2 years after that, we wasted that winning. So that's our philosophy. We must develop age-grade competition and teach them many more things than just winning. We teach them how to win, we must also teach them how to lose.
Are we ready for Brazil 2019?
I'll pass that question to the coaches. We're going to the tournament very soon. We'll see how ready we are. In a few days, I believe we're going to the tournament to try and test the boys against the competition. It's one thing to be in camp and play very well in camp. It's another thing to test it against other countries. So we'll see how well we do and how well they play, not just even just winning, but how well they play and how prepared they are. And we'll come back and answer that question.
Thank you, Barrister Shea Akumi, for talking to us.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, the future is very, very bright. And I did talk about the youth games in Ilorin, Kwara State. The state to beat is Delta State. And they're going to keep it at home once again. Hey, let's wait. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I do know that Abuja, Edo State, Lagos State are giving Delta a run for their money. But, hey, it's about preparations. It's about the quality that you've got. That's the size of the show. It's been Global Sports Update. My name is Godwin Enoch, and I will see you again tomorrow. God bless Nigeria.
is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
A very beautiful evening to you. We're 2 minutes past the hour of 9, and of course it's the 12th day of the 9th month, 2019. I am Buchi Rafua, and it is time for Opinion Poll here on Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. It's great to be here on, fortunately, Kalada won't be hosting the program tonight with you. I will, and I hope to get your opinion and your thoughts on whatever issue it is we will be discussing on it tonight. And, before I even put up the phone lines, I'm sure you're already aware of the planned increase in value-added tax in Nigeria. So, as at today, the Senate Committee on Finance says it will invite the Minister of Finance, that's Zainab Ahmed, and the Chairman of Federal Inland Revenue, Babatunde Fowler, to provide reasons for the proposed increase in value-added tax. Now, the chairman of the committee, Senator Solomon Adeola, he disclosed this in a statement issued by his media advisor, Kayode Odunaro. He said the invitation was hinged on the proposed plan to increase VAT from 5% to 7.2%. So the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, had, after the Federal Executive Council meeting as on Wednesday, spoken on the proposed plan to increase VAT, which has been generating mixed reactions, of course, amongst the public on its possible effect on the living standards of citizens and the economy. Adeola said, although the Minister of Finance indicated that the VAT Act will have to be amended from the increase to take effect, the interaction with the two key officials of federal government would form part of the basis for possible amendment of the VAT Act. Now, the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Senator Udo Udoma, and the Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue, of course, Babatunde Fowler, as on Tuesday, said the federal government was considering the upward review of the value-added tax by 50%. So Udoma and Fowler stated that they said this when they appeared before the Senate Committee on Finance, and the increment was to, amongst others, enable the federal government to fund the new national minimum wage. Amongst other things, this planned increase in VAT is to enable the federal government to fund the new national minimum wage. So Fowler said the proposed payable VAT by Nigerians based on the increment would actually be between 35%, that's 6.75%, and 50%, which is 70.25%. So the government is currently charging 5% VAT on all products in the country. One way or the other, you get to pay that VAT. Udoma and Fowler were amongst the heads of the federal government agencies who were in the state to explain the details of the 2019 to 2021 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper, which is expected to be the benchmark for the 2019 budget deliberations. So Fowler, who said the FIRS goal was to achieve an 8 trillion naira revenue generation target this year, also said that the 50% increment would affect the company income tax and the petroleum profit tax. He said, and I quote in his words now, by the end of this year, we should be ready for an increase in VAT. A lot of Nigerians travel to Ghana and other West African countries, and they can see that theirs is much higher. They pay when they go on those trips. We should be ready for an increase on VAT. I can certainly see an increase in VAT of at least 35% to 50% this year based on our enforcement activities. There certainly will be an increase in company income tax and also on petroleum profit tax. So Fowler added that the agency had collated details of 34 million Nigerians that were captured in the BVN network with a view to assessing their compliance with the tax law. He added that the FIRS rigged in 3.1 trillion naira in 2016, 4.3 trillion naira in 2017 and 5.32 trillion naira in 2018. And even as he expressed the hope it would surpass past records in 2019. He went further to say Nigerians should be ready for an increase in VAT with at least, of course, 35 to 50% this year. And, he repeated the same thing. They travel to other countries and they pay more tax there. He said, recall that as a result of agitation from unions, the president set up a tripartite committee to look at the minimum wage. Every 5 years, it is supposed to be reviewed. It has not been reviewed, even though there is no doubt that for both the federal government and states, it is a tough time to review wages. But 18,000 naira is really too low, and it is difficult for people to live on 18,000 naira. The president supported a review, but it is important that as we are reviewing the minimum wage now, as we are reviewing the minimum wage, we make sure that it's can be funded. That is why we set up the Bismarck Rewind Technical Committee. We'll be coming to you. There may be some changes, maybe in VAT and other things, but we will be coming to you in order to make sure that we can fund the minimum wage. So it is something we are going to work closely with the Finance Committee on how best the minimum wage will be addressed, both from the federal government and states, to ensure that the whole government apparatus is not just paying salaries and nothing else. It is important that we are able to pay the minimum wage and still have enough resources to do infrastructure. The committee is virtually completed its work. He added that the federal government would intensify efforts in its asset recovery drive and would also challenge revenue generation agencies like FIRS and the Nigerian Customs Services to boost their operations. I think, before we get into other details of what he had to say regards this proposed increase in VAT, would love to hear your thoughts. Now they're being invited so they could give more details on why the planned increase in VAT by the Senate Committee on Finance. So, would love to hear your thoughts. Now, like I said earlier, there's been so many reactions from Nigerians. So far, let's bring it down to the common man. They would say, all the VAT and all the tax we've been paying. What are the results? Where are the infrastructures? What are we seeing for it? But now he's saying that to some extent, I'm sure you recall that some states saying they won't be able to afford the 30,000 naira minimum wage, and now they are saying that this would help in a way that the federal government will be able to pay that proposed amount of minimum wage. But some other persons are still asking that after this has been increased, why not increase well, I actually had someone say this particular one. Why not increase the minimum wage, and then before you even start thinking of increasing tax? But the major concern of most Nigerians, especially those that, well, to a large extent, you'd want to call the low class, or those that are sort of poor, those that can't afford 3 square meal, and those that even the average Nigerians, they'll get to ask you, what are the results? What are we seeing? All the tax that are being paid, even when it was 5%, well, it's still 5% now. It's not been increased though. But now that it's at 5%, what are the results? What have we been seeing? Yeah, not taking it away that many other countries, the VAT they pay on their goods and services are way higher, way higher. But still, to some extent, you can see results of what the tax they are paying. You could see structures. You could see so many things in place. But then coming back home, some persons would ask, what are the results? What so far? What have we seen? What have you done with what we've been paying so far? And now there's this planned increase in VAT. Well, I'd love to get your thoughts on this particular issue of the proposed increase in VAT here in Nigeria to 7.2% from 5%. I think the last time it was increased, it was Obasanjo. Yeah, before he left. And then it was even higher than 5%. I guess when Yar'Adua came, that was when it dropped back to 5%. And now it's been advised by IMF that it goes to certain percent, but currently they're looking at increasing it to 7.2%. We'd love to get your thoughts on this particular issue, on the increase of VAT in Nigeria. And of course, it's opinion poll here on Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. The lines are up. I'd love to hear from you. And the numbers are 0817 0000951 or 0810 9510 951. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm Stella West. I think to increase tax is good, but the manner the federal government is going about it, I don't like it. They say they captured 30-something million, and when you look at the number of people jobless, they are more than 30-something million. So they are not considering those people jobless. And I think if government want to raise a tariff, there are many ways, like those luxury goods, expensive cars that people are importing, aircraft. You can impose even 300% tariff on those things, and still get the target you are anticipating.
Okay.
Posing this 7 even this 5% is affecting people. You want to raise it higher. It's not fair. When you want to pay minimum wage, 30,000 is nothing. There are many ways you can raise this tariff. There are big companies who are evading tax. A lot of them. When they tell them declare their taxes, they just declare anything and submit to federal government, and nobody looks at it. So there are big companies you can get money, and those luxurious goods and cars, expensive cars, like I mentioned before, impose even a 100% tariff or 1,000, and anybody who.
So you think it shouldn't be a general thing? It shouldn't be fixed for the general public. Some particular persons should pay higher than others.
Yes. You look at other countries, the so-called big men. If you look at their tariff, they are paying heavily. When you are a millionaire in, for example, America, you pay heavily. They tax everything about you. And the government gets the money and even fund people who don't have jobs. Give them some people's welfare package. Now in Nigeria, does anybody get welfare package? No. And they still want to impose the tax on everybody. I think they should think twice. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Salues, for your opinion on that one. Salues is suggesting that for those luxurious properties and those huge big companies or organizations, probably the amount they pay as VAT should be increased to compensate for those persons that cannot. Even the 5% tax is really very difficult for them to pay. That is really affecting them terribly. So he's saying that rather than making it a fixed amount for the general public, that's the now proposed 7.2%. Why not increase it for those big organizations, big companies, and those persons that live possess luxurious possessions, live lavish, or whatever it is you want to use to qualify how they live? He's suggesting that they get a higher percent, even if it's 100%. They can pay, they can afford it, rather than making it fixed for the general public. 95.1 FM, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel and I'm calling from Abba.
Emmanuel, welcome. How is Abba today?
Abba is cool.
All right, good to hear from you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, when the tax is increased, the people will suffer. Because the goods in the market will increase, the price of the goods in the market will increase, electricity tariffs will increase, and people will suffer and suffer and suffer.
Well, the minimum wage is being increased too.
Yeah, you have not increased the minimum wage yet. And you see, we have been saying, look towards the cost of governance in this nation. Don't want to look towards that direction. Look at how much the politicians are taking home. The House of the Senate, the House of Representatives. How much are they taking? If you cut down the price of what they are taking home and cut down the price of governance, you get billions of naira to run even to fund the minimum wage. But they're not looking at that. They're not looking at that direction. If they tell you how much they used to service the Art of Rock itself, how much they used to wash plates, how much they used to do this, you will marvel. High cost of running government. You don't want to look at it. Then when you increase this VAT now, the poor masses will suffer. The electricity people will increase their bill, and every aspect of the government, every aspect of the economy will increase. The poor masses will suffer. You don't have roads. You are comparing yourself with the overseas country. You are comparing yourself with outside Nigeria. They have roads. They have constant electricity. They have water. And the government is helping
But the people there pay tax, they pay their VAT, and clearly it is higher than what we are paying here. So if it's been increased, don't you think we just might be able to achieve that same thing they have over there?
How are you sure that they will do the work? You may still increase it, and they will still push it towards the politicians to it. Now, if you go outside there, you see that the people are being helped. You see they have constant electricity, they have water, they have infrastructure. You don't have, even bad roads here. You see, every time you are in the market, in the mechanics, doing everything because of bad roads. So the people are suffering here. So you have to use the ones you have to start doing the work. Let's see. So when we see what you are doing, we can now say, okay, this person is doing fine with what you have. Let's see. But now nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. The little one we are paying, we are not seeing anything. You provide your water, you provide electricity for yourself, everything for yourself. So when you increase the VAT, the poor masses will continue to suffer. I think the government has come to impoverish people the more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what is going to happen.
All right. Thank you very much for calling in and sharing your thoughts on this one. But like I said earlier, I believe we're all looking at those, like the poor citizens of the country, how it will affect them. And but on the other hand, if you to look at what other countries have, the truth, like I said earlier, they pay way higher than what we are paying here in the country. And well, clearly you can see results. Go to Ghana, you can see results. Go to other countries, there are results there. So what if we just try increasing our tax? Meanwhile, just maybe the minimum wage would be approved and people start getting their 30,000 naira as the minimum wage. What if we increase that and they start getting their 30,000 naira? Don't you think somehow, since everybody are looking ways forward to make the country better, just maybe we would start seeing better results than what we have been seeing over the years and what we have currently? But like the other caller also made mention of, why don't we just see results of what we've been paying for? Even what we've been paying for, as little as some persons think it is, we are not seeing results of the little that we are paying for. What makes you think we would see results from moving it higher and paying 7.2%? Even now at 5%, you're not seeing anything. So some persons say, what's your thoughts on this particular one? 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. My name is Mr. Puli.
All right, good to have you on the program.
Thank you. I'm surprised. Each time government of this country want to do anything, they will look at the way the poor masses will suffer. To just put it on their own head. Look at what the senators are taking home. Look at the type of cars they are using. Now, the politicians in Nigeria, now they are rich. Just be one-time governor of a state, you are rich forever. I know Bill Clinton was a lawyer before he became president of U.S. And he finished and he went back again to practice law. And here, who is a lawyer, as soon as he finished, in fact, he will be paying lawyers. So this thing they are looking, and we are looking at now. Let them see this money now. When this very regime came in, they recovered so much loot, and that loot now is being looted again. You cannot, nothing have shown.
Said the loot is being looted.
Upon all that they have recovered, all this while we recover this, we recover the billions of dollars and naira per day. The same way it has gone down to the drain. The looter have looted again. Now this one again, they have come up again. Let me tell you, it will still go to their pocket again. Look at the first subsidy something. When this very regime came, it was this very present regime that kicked against it when Jonathan wanted to do it. But when he came, he did it. He said that he had removed the subsidy from 80-something to 45 naira per liter. But till now, they're still talking about subsidy, how much they are spending on it. So there is no truth in all they are doing. So in fact, I don't know whether the revolution will be the best thing in this country. The politicians, they are the ones that have looted this money. Our money in foreign country, if you bring it back to this country now, this country will never suffer. The people, the masses will never suffer. Until there is a law in place that our politicians will not be going overseas to take treatment anymore. Everything will be here. That is when we get results. But as long as they have a way to run away to Uganda, how many run to this Nigeria to come and take treatment? Come and launder money here? Sir, Oma, these people, they are wicked. Thank you.
Quite a way of ending your thoughts and your opinion. 95.1 FM, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yes, my name is Moga Edwin, calling from Namuha local government, Obuko community.
Edwin, welcome. Go ahead, please.
If you let us the politics aside, the politics because Nigeria, we are good in politics and we are good to prevent everything.
Okay.
You see, when that increase this as let us drop out the state. Let us drop our state. Because it's still that give the federal government return. Give the federal government return. Did you think that the state is making a good contribution for tax? That is the question. Even I did blame the president. I also blame the federal government for them to approve the minimum wage. The reason why I say that is that the governor himself, the House of Assembly, the local commissioner, and the councillors, they are supposed to be in charge of this minimum wage. Because of what? Because they are also greedy because they have new staff. How can a councillor or a councillor without any salary of instead of one is the lawmaker, is the representative also what? How can a House of Assembly start any up or nothing million because of what is representing the constitution of the local government? It's not good. How can someone who is a board member of the National Revenue without any salary of 2.2 million?
Okay.
How can we make the tax from federal government?
So what's your point now? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so what's your point?
Yeah, my point is that now they should blame, we are making mistakes to make a good return.
Ouch. I'm sorry, you need to call us back. I really would love to get your points on all the explanations you gave and what exactly you think, your opinion. The numbers still remain 0817 0000951 or 0810 9510 951. You could send a text message or a WhatsApp message to the number 0701 933 9962. Like I said, you could forward an SMS or a WhatsApp message to that number 0701-933-9962. We're talking on the proposed increase in value-added tax here in Nigeria, and of course, like I said earlier, the Senate Committee on Finance says it will invite the Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed and the Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service Babatunde Fowler to provide reasons for the proposed increase in value-added tax. But earlier this week, Fowler said so many things. He also made mention of the fact that they've collated the details of 34 million Nigerians that were captured in the BVN network with a view of assessing their compliance with the tax laws. That's the 34 million Nigerians complying to this particular tax law and how far it will take us. But then I think Saluwes made a point there. He said, putting this figure, don't forget that not everybody out of the 34 million Nigerians that are captured in the BVN, not all of them live like the rate of living, how much they spend, how much they earn. They are not the same. Some cannot even afford 1 meal a day or 2 meal or even the 3 square meals a day. Some cannot afford that. Some cannot even afford the 5% VAT that which it currently is in right now. And now you're putting everybody on the same lane, putting everybody equally, knowing fully well that some are way, way, way higher than I think I'm permitted to say majority of others. Now, why would you increase it based on that? Why not increase it based on the fact that, well, this company, their income and their profit and the rest of it is very high. So why not do it based on how much you earn or how luxurious the kind of life you live? If you live a very luxurious kind of life and all your possessions, those luxurious possessions, why not impose huge amounts of tax there? Meanwhile, for those earning very little, for those earning even outside the public sector, I believe there are others that earn as much as it's 30,000 naira minimum wage. There are still people that would still earn 10,000 naira a month, people that would earn 5,000 naira a month. How do you expect them to pay 7.2% of what they earn? So what do they have left to live on, to survive on? So he's suggesting that instead of making it equal for everybody, those living big and earning huge should at least pay way higher. Those that possess luxurious cars, be you in government or not, those that possess luxurious properties should be able to pay way higher. They should, if they can afford things like that, they should be able to afford the whatever amount is being imposed on them as a VAT fee, instead of letting everybody pay equal amounts. Meanwhile, there are so many persons living in poverty in the country. What are your thoughts on this particular issue? 95.1 FM, good evening.
Hello, Bushi.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
We are about leaving the show for you.
You cannot do that. Thanks for calling. How are you doing today?
You. Fine.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. You see, the government of the day, they are not very sensitive to the plight of Nigerians.
Why?
That's the simple truth. How will you bring an indirect tax that you know that if you come in a way of indirect tax with inflation, definitely the poor masses will suffer. How much you buy a bag of rice now? Now, you add more tax on that. What do you think how much do you think you will buy? When the common man in the street cannot able to afford a bag of rice. And this is a bag of rice you are buying about 7,000, 8,000 naira.
Yeah.
And today we are talking about even the local rice you are buying about 16,000. And you are now coming to add a VAT of 7% of it. So definitely we are going to buy the bag of a local rice, bag of a local rice. We are going to buy at the rate of 20,000 naira. Because the person who is trading is not going to lose, but the end consumer who is the one that is going to get the brunt. Because I can't invest my money here, I will not have gain. So why coming to increase that now? When you are having a chunk of money being given, look at what the incinerator's are about to collect. They are about collecting, is it 5 billion naira, 5 million naira car loan? Is it like for cars, for official cars? Now, me that is cannot able to ride Okada, the person coming to get the brunt of buying a bag of rice, a local rice, a bag of a local rice at the rate of 20-something thousand. Is it not funny? Now, you see, Nigeria has been rated as the poverty capital of the universe. We are not even trying to reduce that. We are trying to add more. People are now deported from come to Nigeria. We don't know the fate of those people who is coming to meet this bad economy, and we are here to add more VAT. And they are not interested. They are very, very insensitive to the plight of Nigerians. If they don't know what to do, then they should resign and get out of that place. That place is not meant for them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your thoughts there. It feels the government is sensitive to the plight and cry of the citizens in Nigeria. That's his thoughts. The numbers are still 0817-0000951 or 0810-951-0951. And like he pointed out, clearly when this is increased, every other thing will be increased. Because like he said, you cannot go into business to lose. So the end and final consumers will somehow be the ones to bear the brunt of all this. Because definitely if you're increasing VAT and I trade rice and the amounts I pay is being increased, I definitely will want to make my profits from whoever is buying from me, and clearly it will be increased. How much would you be able to buy a bag of rice? How much would you be able to, clearly so many things will be increased. But, would love to get your thoughts. As much as we're looking at how it will affect the common Nigerian and the average Nigerian, let's look at the other side of it. At least the federal government will be able, like Fowler said, it should be able to compensate for the 30,000 naira minimum wage. And at the same time, something will be left for infrastructure and other things, which of course will help in increasing the boost the economy of the nation. Clearly. So while we're looking at that, we should also consider the other part of it. And like I pointed out earlier, other countries are doing it. They pay a huge amount of VAT, and we can see clearly the results. So just maybe when it's been increased and we're all faithful to it, that's the 34 million Nigerians that has captured in the BVN network. If we are all faithful to it, just maybe we will begin to see more positive things from the government. You never know. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Good evening, Ebuchi.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
You're welcome. It's a long time.
Yes, sir. Very long time. Welcome to Opinion Poll.
Thank you. It's DK on the line.
DK, you're welcome. How are you doing today?
Oh, my sister. We are trying. Only water don't push us from house.
Oh, she. Sorry, you. What area is that again, Biko?
It's just close to your station there now.
Where?
Making it now. Very close to your station.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What I want, that they want to reduce the maybe the budget they are looking at, whatever.
I don't know. Maybe you should go back to the position you were in as initially.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, better.
Yeah, they want to increase now. What's the need? They should increase now. Or instead of increasing, let them go house to house and collect. Because they know the budget they made, or whatever they think they will do for the year, the money they will realize from the oil and whatever they are getting will not be enough for them to share. So let them come house to house and begin to collect money from individuals in order to do what, know how they will share their money. Because they don't do anything. In terms of infrastructure, which infrastructure? Where have they been? Hey, this one, federal government is in it. What are they doing? That people are seeing. Every day millions will go. You don't see anything. They do this, they will do that. What are they doing? People can't walk on the road. In short, what are you talking? Let them come house to house and begin to collect money from people into shares they are sharing. No problem. Now we'll give them. That's my own. No.
All right. So you say there's no point of going through that. Just come to my house and collect the money. Interesting. 95.1 FM. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Are you there? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Please do all to call back. Good evening and welcome to Opinion Poll.
Yeah, but you good and welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah. You see, we have a situation where the Nigerian ruling class are milking and enslaving the majority of the people. People less than 1% of a population enslaving over 99%. And unfortunately, the 99% cannot even do anything about it. We wanted democracy, and it has served us right. Senators are having more than 50 million naira car allowance for themselves, when civil servants have not been able to receive the 30,000 naira minimum wage. Tell me, which country in the world have we ever seen this kind of corruption? And it's still not enough for them. They want to collect more tax from those who cannot even pay. And we're all keeping quiet. The masses are all keeping quiet, while the few are enjoying. So I don't know when this will come to an end and how it will end. It's really pathetic that we are all keeping quiet while all these things are happening. The tax they have been collecting before, what are they using for? To service their excesses, to shop abroad, send their children to school abroad, take medical care abroad, by milking ordinary people. Is that the way we should go in the name of democracy? As far as I am concerned, the worst military dictatorship is far better than this rascality we are seeing called democracy. That's my own. Thank you.
95.1 FM, good evening. Hello, welcome to Airy Talk. Hello. Okay, apologies, I can't hear you. I don't know what's happening in your network or it's from here.
Hello.
But hello, good evening.
Good evening, Buchi.
Good evening, Chima.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Buchi, I think Nigerians, I trust Nigerians because Nigerians are the most happiest people. Nigerians are the most people who can take whatever thing that is being forced on them. You understand? Yes, Nigerians can take it. Like for this tax that they just increased. You see, Nigerians
it's not been increased yet.
Yes, no, Nigerians can pay. But my misgiving is what is that on the ground to commiserate with the amount of money that this country has made over the years. Now, when the people see things on ground, which the government have put on ground, considering the amount of money, billions of naira that this country is making every month, what is there to commiserate with this amount of money? You understand? Nigerians are there. Somebody just gave you a suggestion. Look, collect this money from the people who are, who are living flamboyant, who have private jets, luxurious cars. I mean, impose tax on them to reduce the burden on the less privileged. You understand? Now, secondly, in terms of economy, our economy has collapsed. You cannot do a business. In fact, I'm looking at any business that one can do that you can be able to get a profit. Yes, that can be able to give you profit. I know it's there. Yes, but what are the workings on the economy? What are the measures put in place to be able to cushion the